back to the Ludonarrative Dissonance podcast. I am the Zoo Boy, Michael, and I am joined, as always, with Psycho.
Hello.
The good Dr. Forgon.
What's up? What's up?
He's a surgeon.
And he is the good doctor. And T-Mac.
What up, boys?
Hello. So it has been a while since we did this. We had some issues, but hopefully now we're back into the regular swing of things. We were going to do an Uncharted episode, but everyone didn't finish playing that yet, so that will be next month's episode. This month, I figure we'll talk about our most anticipated games of not just this year, but going forward, but focusing on this year, of course. Obviously, all four of us have many different games that we are interested in that we all share, as well as things that were just for us. So we have a list I've written down for audio listeners. You won't be able to see me looking down at my phone all so often, but yeah, that's the plan. So the first thing I would like to talk about, though, is a segment that I think will keep going forward. We did this last time, which is what have we been playing recently? And for me, I have been playing not much in the new year.
All right, so my turn now.
That's crazy. I've been watching James Bond movies for most of my
That's not a video game.
free time. Yeah, so don't have many games, but I do have a few. A big thing that I've been doing is, I think in early December, maybe late November, mid-December, I don't know. Sometime relatively recently, I got back into GTA Online. I played almost every day for 10 years, basically, 2013 to 2023. As it got later into almost 2023, it's been not every day. But then in 2023, I pretty much stopped completely. So for the last 2 years, all the GTA updates that have come out, I have not played until Mansions got added. And then I said, okay, I want to get back into it. So I've been playing that pretty often. Really only something like 15 minutes a day just to do some stuff, fun stuff. Make a little bit of money in GTA, because my goal is to make $20 million before GTA 6 comes out. But I've already made more than half that because of recent updates that have come out. So I've just been messing around with that, playing. It's also something great to play when I'm in a Discord call or just doing something, listening to a podcast where I'm not, it's just like busy stuff. Something I would do where I would like to play Spider-Man. Psycho, I'm sure you know something like that, when you just want to mess around, swing around the city. Spider-Man is something I do all the time when I just want to mess around, something I'm not focusing on.
Well, for me, it's like aggressively attacking my controller the entire time.
Yeah,
but yeah,
exactly.
It's similar.
But other than that, I also got back into Animal Crossing because of that new update. And that's been a lot of fun. Played a little bit with Nate from Out of the Basement. I played one time with T-Mac, showed him my island.
Very impressive.
Yeah, I'm pretty proud of my island. I better be, but I put 700 hours into that game. So since 2020, most of it was in 2020. Pandemic, I'm sure that was like everyone's favorite pandemic game, basically.
Everyone's favorite pandemic.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. But since then, I have to sneeze.
Just keep this. Keep that. Keep it in. Who cares?
I'm keeping that, yeah.
I'm not sneezing. What the fuck?
It's because you announced it. That's why.
Yeah, probably.
Okay. I don't know. I can't sneeze. I'm a fucking idiot. The next thing I've been playing, finally, is I started Avatar Frontiers of Pandora. And haven't really played much of the story of that, but I have really enjoyed the world. The intro is pretty long for an intro of a game. You start in a facility and you don't get to Pandora for maybe a half hour. Kind of surprising. But once you leave the facility and see Pandora, I got the same feeling basically when I saw Pandora for the first time in 2009 in movie theaters. So that's been a lot of fun. I've been playing first person more than I thought. I got the game when they added third person. But first person is kind of immersive. I hate to say.
Does the third person feel like it's tacked on, or does it work?
A mix of both. There are some things where you're like, okay, it doesn't seem like, proper third person. But then there are other aspects where you're like, oh no, this looks good. A big problem is that when you gather resources, there's an animation in first person. There's no animation in third person. You just
right. So it just happens.
Yeah.
I would just switch for stuff like that then.
Yeah, I switch. You switch it by just holding the, I don't know what the hell Xbox and PlayStation call that button nowadays. The select button.
Select.
Back button.
The options button.
The options button. Whatever. I call it the back button. Whatever. Yeah, that back button is you just hold that and you switch the perspective. So very easy. That's pretty much it. I did get Deadpool VR. I've been playing that. It's been pretty fun. Deadpool is voiced by Neil Patrick Harris, which is crazy.
Yeah, I remember seeing
can't
that.
believe. Yeah, and Cal Penn is like the guy in the chair for Deadpool. It's a pretty interesting cast. And then some of the villains have like well-known actors. It's pretty fun. I've been enjoying that. Pretty soon, probably within a week or two, I'll be starting Clair Obscura Expedition 33. So that should be fun. I was going to originally beat Avatar before I started that, but I've just been messing around. Not the story of Avatar, which is kind of weird. Anyone who knows me knows that I'm really a story-focused guy. Funny, all the games I've been mentioning about today are not story-based games, really. Or at least what I've been doing are story-based games. But it's been a while since I played a story-based game. So I'm excited to go into Expedition 33. Won 10 million Game of the Year awards and so many other awards. So I'm excited. And Foregone loves that game too.
I think it's kind of interesting to see with that game, like how like all you could hear about was no one would shut up about how much they loved it. And then, it got all those awards, and now it seems like it's kind of turned and people like are annoyed with it just because it's good. It's kind of an interesting kind of dynamic shift there. But it is kind of like, it's easy to have that like temptation to like just go into that mode when you see something like, oh, all these people are enjoying this thing that I don't like. Now I have to hate it, but like you can be like rational about it. Be like, maybe it's not for me, but I'm sure it's good, but yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
How things work these days.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
And T-Mac, I know eventually he'll be playing that game at some point.
Yeah, I had messed up because I had started it, but I don't know, just busy towards the end of the year, and then now replaying Uncharted and stuff like that, so I kind of fell off of it. But I definitely, at some point, it will be played. It will happen.
Yeah, I'm gonna reinstall it here soon so I can 100% it. Problem is, I think I'm gonna have to do another run because there's some stuff that if you miss early on in the game, you can't.
Yeah, there's like a missable item in the very beginning. Yeah,
and I think I may have missed it. So, yeah.
All right, Psycho, what have you been playing?
I've been playing, right before we started this, I was playing some Silk Song. I've kind of been playing that on and off because it's very, very hard. But it's probably, like, if not my favorite, it's one of my favorite 2D games I've ever played, one of my favorite platformers. It's really excellent. I love the art direction. It's probably, like, one of my all-time favorite game soundtracks as well. Like, the music feels like it's, like, straight out of Lord of the Rings or something in certain areas. Like, it's really beautiful. It's really cool. And it's very challenging, but I really enjoy like the way the movement feels and the way the exploration kind of encourages you to look through all these different areas. And yeah, that's been really fun. I've also been replaying through Resident Evil 4, the original one, just because I've been wanting to just hop back into that ever since I finished it, because I want to save up and get the Infinite Rocket Launcher because I saw that was a thing you can get. So I was like, oh, I gotta play through this maybe a couple more times before I'll be able to get that. But so I was doing that, and I've been playing a lot of Burnout Paradise as well. Just one of my favorite car racing games of all time. Probably one of my favorite open world games of all time as well. I haven't played it in a long time. I played it a lot on the Xbox 360 back in the day, but it's been really fun and kind of nostalgic getting back into that. And I jumped back into Cyberpunk on Switch as well, and that's been cool. I know it's one of Forgon's favorites. So I don't know. I didn't do very many story missions. Mostly I was just kind of like fucking around and doing side missions and stuff. But it's a really, really fun like world to explore, and you know, I very much enjoy that game. But yeah, I kind of got into that.
100% of that game. Yeah.
That must have taken. How many hours did that take you?
Let me pull up my Steam real fast.
Because there's a lot in that game. Like every time I feel like I'm like kind of done with most of the side missions, I find like 10 more.
Who wants to guess the hours played for that?
150.
I'm gonna guess.
I was
gonna guess like 300.
More. Yeah, that's what I was gonna guess. Like
under 150. It took me, and this is like DLC and everything, 126 hours to 100% it.
Okay. I think I'm close to like 45, and I'm not even close to 100%ing it.
There's only one thing I haven't done on that game, and it's not going to spoil anything, but there is a secret ending that, in order to achieve, you have to have Johnny's like relationship above 70%. Okay. And some of that is missable. And then once you have that, when you get to the place where you're deciding how you're going to approach the ending, you have to like not pick anything and sit in game for like 15 minutes and just sit there before the option to do the secret ending is offered to you.
That's kind of crazy.
That's the only thing I haven't done. So but there's no achievement for it or anything though. So it's just like a bonus kind of a thing. So I am going to go back through at some point and do that because I want to.
Yeah. That's interesting. Oh, there was also one more thing, not a video game, but it's video game related. Yesterday I got the chance to see Iron Lung on its opening day. It's a video game adaptation directed, written, and edited and produced by Markiplier. And I thought it was excellent. I thought it was very fun. As I've been following Markiplier for many years, and so he's been talking about this movie he's been working on for a while. I've been really excited to see it, and it didn't disappoint. It was very, very cool. So I'd recommend checking that out if you're interested in kind of sci-fi horror, and if you're familiar with the game at all. Like, it was a really cool adaptation of it, so I'd definitely recommend checking it out.
Have you played the game?
I have not, but I've watched it. It doesn't look like a super fun game, but I think the concept is really interesting. It's like, I remember watching him play it after I had found out he was making a movie of it, and I was like, oh, he must be like so into this game. This must be like the coolest game ever. And it's kind of boring, but it's just such a unique, like, I keep bumping my mic, I'm sorry, but it's such like a unique like world and like concept for a video game that I could see how like someone would see that and be like, this needs to be a movie. And I think that like they really like nailed like every aspect of it in the movie and expanded on it in a cool way.
That's something I was curious about, because I've heard that the first half of the movie is supremely boring and the second half is balls to the walls crazy. But I also, when I hear people describe a movie as boring, I'm like, do you just not like slow burns? I don't know.
I would say,
maybe like legitimate. I don't know.
It is a lot of like, it all takes place in one room, basically just with one guy the whole time. It's just in the submarine the whole time. So if like that sounds boring to you, it might be. And I think having like at least like some knowledge of the game going in definitely helped me kind of understand what was going on, because otherwise the edit is kind of just like, you don't really know what he's doing. He's kind of just like steering things and pulling levers and writing things down. But if you kind of understand the idea of like what the gameplay was in the game, you understand kind of what he's doing, and it becomes more interesting. And I think the music was excellent as well. I just thought the atmosphere was great. I thought like Mark's performance was like surprisingly good, because I've seen him in some other things. Like, he's not like necessarily the best actor, so I was like, I don't know if how good a movie that's like just him the whole time is going to be, but he did a really surprisingly good job. And I wasn't bored at all. I found it like really, really engaging the whole time. But yeah,
cool.
Not to derail and talk about movies, but it's tangentially related to video games. So I thought I'd bring it up.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, well, there's something I want to talk about later involving movies.
Okay.
In relation to games. But
I'll go on next.
Oh,
No,
okay.
no. Let T Mac go. Let T Mac go.
I'll be
I
kind of
saved
brief.
I saved T Mac for last because it's very boring. T Mac is a boring
That's
person
right.
in general.
I mean,
So.
look. So last time we did the show, I had talked about Donkey Kong Bonanza, how I'd kind of played through half of the game and didn't finish it, but I got a chance to finish it and 100% it. I guess if you consider 100%, I know you can get more. You can technically, like, what does it get, like 1,000 Vanadium gems or something like that if you like buy to them, which I didn't do that, but I got everything that you can like find, like all the outfits, all the records, like all the collectible stuff that you can get. I got and I beat the game and it was pretty awesome. I feel like I'm not as big of a fan of it as everyone else is, but I still thought it was great. Like I still had such a fun time playing it. I'm glad that I went back to it and finished it because the ending was awesome. And there's like a twist that is amazing, like that I absolutely loved. So that was sick. And then after that, I kind of just moved on to a bunch of Naughty Dog stuff. I got the itch for some reason to play Jack X because I had never played it on PS4. The game that I played on PS2, obviously, and it's a combat racer. It's crazy. You're shooting shit. You're racing. It's like a crazy kart racer basically. But I 100%ed that and got the platinum on PlayStation. And then from there, it's been all Uncharted, which Zoo mentioned before. We'll be talking about those soon. So I played 1 and 2, and I played through them twice and got the platinum trophies on that because you gotta beat it on crushing difficulty to get the platinum trophy. And I didn't want to, first time running through it again in a while, I didn't want to play crushing because there's some parts that can be pretty hard, and I don't want to get stuck on anything. So yeah, I played through both of those, beat them on crushing, got the platinum trophy, and then I just started Uncharted 3. So I'll be going through that, and then Uncharted 4 and Lost Legacy after that, and then we'll be talking about it on the show, and then we'll see where I'll go from there.
Nice.
All right.
Okay. Not a lot for me. I finished all of Uncharted. I know I was mentioned that last time, so finished all that.
I'm excited when we do talk about it because for you, it's your first time playing.
First time, yeah, first time. I will talk about all that. I'll save all that when we do that. So finished all that. So now I'm kind of pivoting. I'm just waiting on some things and trying to just play stuff that I've wanted to play through for a while. So I finally caught Spider-Man 2 on sale for like $30. Bought that. Been picking my way through that. I gotta boot up Death Stranding 2. I made it right before I go through the gate, so still very early. I know T-Mac knows what I'm talking about.
Yeah, it's the intro part.
Yeah, I'm still right in the intro. I randomly got an urge to replay Mass Effect, so I'm also
Bastard.
yeah, I'm also playing Mass Effect Legendary Edition right now. I'm pretty close to beating the first game already, because I just picked back on a run that I had going from last year that I just kind of abandoned for a while, and then we were kind of talking about this amongst ourselves before we started, but I haven't played the new God of War games, so I just installed, like, while everybody was talking, God of War 2018, 2016, whatever it was.
2018.
I just installed that, so I'm gonna pick my way through that as well.
Very fun.
So
Yeah, it's so good. They're both so good.
yeah, and then I still have like Battlefield 6 every now and again that I hop on, and I still have Black Myth Wukong that just lives constantly installed. I need to finish it. It's just there. I look at it, but I don't know if I'm ready for that pain yet.
I hear kind of
But I think I'm like
polarizing
halfway through that.
opinions on Wukong, Black Myth Wukong specifically. That
I really like it.
Yeah,
because I like Journey to the West a lot. Like I really do, and I'm just so excited to have a game about that. And then I just got to a point where I couldn't beat this optional boss, but I want to beat it. So here I'm just kind of here.
I had a similar thing happen to me in God of War 2018. Where there was an optional boss. It was like ridiculously hard. I knew it was optional, but I was like, nope, I got to do this. I got to lock in and finish this. And I did it eventually.
Yeah,
but it took a long time.
He's the last one of this quest line, and I want to beat it. But
yeah,
that's it. That's it for me.
Cool.
Oh, yeah. I like how really we didn't intersect much except for the Uncharted, of course, that we're playing.
Yeah, because
for the podcast.
I'm not playing that.
That's cool.
Garbage.
Yeah.
Crazy.
But I like that we're all playing some different stuff. Pretty cool. But I guess now we'll just get into our most anticipated games for the year.
All right.
I'm sure, just like movies, there will be games that are not on this list that'll be some of my favorite of the year. Foregone, did you even know about Expedition 33 before, like, going into the year?
No. I think I heard about that like the month before it came out. I started seeing
Right,
it popping up.
that's what I'm saying. Like, a lot of times, like, the games that I wind up being my favorites are games that weren't even on my radar that much. So
Yeah. Well, I remember the year Helldivers 2 came out. I remember seeing it like on the PlayStation Store page and thinking, "Oh, that looks fun," but I didn't like expect it to like blow up the way it did. Like that was another one of those
right.
kind of games where it's like huge. It was a great game and everyone knew about it and everyone played it, but like no one was like going into that year thinking like, "Oh, Helldivers 2, I'm really hyped for that game." You know. So there's always going to be kind of those kind of wild card games that kind of come out of nowhere.
Right, and I'm sure like people who played the original Helldivers were excited, but the original
That was
game
like
did
2
not
people.
blow up anywhere near.
Right.
And that was also a long time ago. But the way I have this organized is by release date, and then I have the games that are coming out in 2026 that we have no release date for. So that's how we'll go through it, and then there's the future games after that as well. But most of us have lots of games that there's overlap with, and then there's a few games that each of us are only interested in, so we'll save that for last. But the first thing before we get heavily into it is Foregone and I just play yearly sports games, and I'm excited for MLB The Show. Aaron Judge is the cover athlete. I'm a Yankees fan, so that was really cool to see. I know Foregone is excited for college football, and MLB comes out in March. College football comes out in the summer, right?
Typically around the summer, yeah. And there's no details, anything yet. Stuff doesn't start coming out till like spring. So
Yeah. Did you play much of the show this year?
I didn't. It's crazy since Ellie was on it. I was going to play a lot of, and I own it physically. I didn't play I played a decent amount of Road to the Show, but that's really about it.
Yeah, this year I definitely played a lot less MLB than I have been.
Yeah, this was a down year for me.
Yeah, but I'm excited to get back into it. I still play every now and then. But the first game that we have on the list, other than those sports games, was Resident Evil Requiem, and that comes out in less than a month at this point. Comes out February 27th. So this is not something that I personally will be playing on release because I am behind on Resident Evil, but it definitely looks very interesting. Yes, I was going to say I know T-Mac is interested, but also not playing it on release.
I'm the same.
Psycho, I know you're interested.
I'm interested. Okay, I won't be playing it on release. I still have other Resident Evil games to play. I have the 2 remake. I never finished it. I want to finish that. I want to buy the 3 remake and play that as well. And I own Resident Evil 5, which I don't remember why I bought that, because I bought that before I had played any of the other ones. But I feel like since I have it, may as well play that first too. So probably going to play through
Resident
a lot
Evil
of those.
5 that's a lot of fun. I like Resident Evil 5. The villain is insane, Albert Wesker. You may not know this, but have an alternate Xbox account, and it's called Albert Wesker like 55 or something like that. And
insane.
How did I never know this?
If you look at the bio and everything, it's literally just like all Wesker stuff, and the actual biography itself is just Wesker quotes, like crazy stuff that he said. Like, I don't know. I'm gonna say one because it's like in the video game like zeitgeist. You guys might know. If you don't, then you don't. But he says Ouroboros will ensure complete global saturation. He says it just like that, and it's an insane thing to say. I love it. He's an insane villain. He throws a door at someone and he says, "Your future hinges upon this fight." Like a door hinge. It's so good. He's incredible. But
I love like the goofy Resident Evil shit. I feel like that's kind of like the new stuff is good, but it's kind of like it's kind of missing like some of the charm of the older games, just being so like self-aware in the way that they are, like really cheesy and really goofy. and that's part of the entertainment value of them, I think. But
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, my issue is I want 9 looks so good, but I'm the same way. I've only played like half of Resident Evil. I played like 1 through 4, and then I watched a friend play 7. So it's like 5, 6, and 8. I just have not played. So it's like I feel like the cool thing about Resident Evil is they're really not crazy long. You know, the older ones are like a little miserable to play because they're fucking horrifying. Like I don't know that 1 is necessarily a fun. It's funny because 1 got a remake, and you almost need like a remake of the remake. I feel like.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, it's an older remake at this point.
I'm surprised they never did that, where they never did like a over the shoulder kind of remake like they did for like 2 and 3.
Yeah, one is also the thing with 1 though is maybe why they feel not compelled to do it is it's so puzzle based. Like there's so much like puzzles and going back and forth in that game. It's not as focused on combat. Not that 2 is really focused on combat, I guess, but 2 just has a little bit more combat just by the nature of what it is. So, but I don't know. I loved 2 remake. I loved 3 remake. I've only played the original 4. I didn't play 4 remake. I would like to do that too.
4 remake's great.
Yeah, I'm sure it's awesome, but yeah, it's like 5 and 6 and 8. I gotta jump on those before I play 9. But
I might skip 6 just because like I haven't heard anything good about it, and I'm like I don't know if I want to spend money on that, but I don't know.
The only
It's
thing
also
about
not
6
necessary.
is people say in 6 that Leon's story is cool because you play as different characters in it, and Leon has like a segment, so it's like if you want all the Leon lore before 9, you could do it.
I
Really,
might if I see it go
Resident Evil
real
is
cheap, then I'll get it.
Obviously, like we know that it's the new Requiem is kind of like bridging the gap a little bit, but essentially you have 2 different games series because you have Resident Evil 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and that kind of ends like that part of storyline. 6 is like a sequel, but I don't really feel 6 is necessary personally. And then you have Biohazard, Village, and Requiem. Essentially,
7 is crazy.
Trilogy in there. Yeah.
7 is so insane.
Yeah, I never finished 7. I really should go back.
I haven't even seen. I've watched like some playthroughs of 8, but I have not seen anything from 7. And I'm like, kind of because I know like 7 is like supposedly like the scariest one. So like I kind of want to go in blind. So
it's pretty awesome. I don't really care for Ethan Winters as a character, but the situation that he's in is so insane that it's kind of understandable why he sucks.
I mean, 8 is so
ideal.
insane too. I feel like maybe 8 does kind of have that, some of that Resident Evil kind of like absurdity, but it takes itself so seriously. But there's like parts where he's literally like pouring like whatever on his hand, and it's like his hand is like just melding back onto his wrist. It's like, what the fuck is happening?
It's ridiculous.
But
yeah, and
also
8 has Chris Redfield, who is a lot more of a serious character than like Leon is. So
yeah,
And also Village has what's her name? Tall mommy.
Domitresk.
Yeah, she's great. But the next game we have is Mouse PI for Hire. T-Mac, you could lead this one.
Yeah, just like a game that has like an amazing art style. Just so cool. Really it's in that classic like Steamboat Willie or Oswald the Lucky Rabbit, Disney
Cuphead type style.
Yeah, like Cuphead, but it's in black and white, and you're playing as this mouse. It's first person. Almost looks kind of like BioShock inspired the way that it's first person and like the guns and stuff like that. And the main character is voiced by Troy Baker. He's doing like this like 50s.
You mean the guy from Iron Lung?
Yeah,
I know that guy.
Right. Yeah, the guy from Iron Lung.
Yeah. James from The Last of Us, his most iconic Last of Us role.
That's right.
Sure, for sure.
But yeah, he's doing like this 40s or 50s like I'm a cop, see, like that kind of shit. So yeah, it just if you haven't seen it, just look up a trailer. It looks awesome, and I'm sure that's a game that won't be crazy long. So
yeah, and that comes out. I should have mentioned that comes out March 19th, so not long at all.
So pretty close.
Yeah.
Nice.
The next game is Psycho and T-Mac. They're both interested in Tamagotchi Life, living the dream.
Yeah. I mean, I could lead this one off because I feel like T-Mac and I were talking about it a little earlier. The first one is probably one of my favorite games of all time. The one on the 3DS.
Really?
Yeah. And I think it's just, I haven't played it much recently, but it's kind of like one of those games where I got to a certain point because I played so much of it that I couldn't really do much more. And so I kind of like fell off of it. But it was one of those games that was just kind of like, I was talking to T-Mac about it. It was there for me like during like a difficult part of like my teenage years, and I would just kind of come home and like every night before I went to bed, I would like relax and unwind by playing Tomodachi Life and just having like this little world full of these characters and the way their relationships worked in that game and the amount of interactivity it had. But at the same time, it kind of just let you sit back and watch things as they happen, like when you wanted to, and just kind of be present in the moment. And the humor is just like really like kind of bizarre, but it's just like fun. It kind of feels like a fever dream, but it's like in a very fun way. So it was a really unique game, and I've been looking forward to getting a new version of it. So I'm really excited. I haven't watched the direct, and I don't know if I'm going to, because I kind of want to go in blind when I first play it. But I've been excited for a new Tomodachi Life for a while. So that's one that if I don't play any of the other ones on this list, which I probably will play other ones, but like if I don't play anything else this year, it's going to be that. I'm very excited for that.
Yeah, and I mean, just from what I've seen, the humor looks like it's there. Like it seems really funny, and yeah, it's one of those type of life simulation games. Like, you're building a relationship. So it's like Animal Crossing, more into the relationship building stuff, which Animal Crossing has like a little bit of that, but it's more of that. But the humor's there, and you're playing as Miis, and it's very Japanese, very silly. But yeah, it looks like a game that also you could probably play for like hundreds of hours and still have a lot of fun.
And I definitely did.
Right.
Spent a lot of time on that, but on that first one. But
and that's a Switch 1 game too, I'm pretty sure. So people that haven't upgraded yet, there you go.
It's kind of weird they're not doing a Switch 2 version of the game. I thought that was a little odd. Like, I don't know what more you could really do, but
maybe they'll just be like a Switch 2 update.
Yeah, like a 4K update, like patch or whatever. Yeah.
The load time, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'll be interested to see how this is, because I've never played the first one. I've always heard good things, but I've just never gotten into it.
If you played Animal Crossing for 700 hours, you're built to play something like this.
Yeah, I'm
I
sure.
think you'd like it.
Based on what I know. So, yeah, I'll have to look into it and see what you guys think when you wind up playing.
And I do remember in the first one there was kind of like an interactive, kind of like a multiplayer element to it. Like, it wasn't really like multiplayer, but there's ways that you could like communicate with other people and like send them different things to their islands and things like that. So I didn't watch the direct. Maybe T-Mac could say if they showed features like that in the new one, but I assume they'll have something like that.
I watched like half of the direct, and so far they were what they go into at the beginning is just like building relationships and like making the people on your island meet people and like suggesting them to do things and stuff like that. So I'll watch it at some point, probably later tonight. I'll watch it and the rest of it before I go to bed, and I'll get more into it.
All right.
It comes out April 16th.
Cool.
The next game comes out not long after, April 30th, and it's Sorrows. And this is Sony's, correct me if I'm wrong, T-Max, their first party game of the year, right? Exclusive.
Well, yeah, unless Marathon's technically first party, but Marathon's going to be on everything, so like that'll be on Xbox and PC. But it's I think Sorrows, I believe, that's a PlayStation exclusive because it's from Housemarque, and that's a team that they purchased after Returnal came out like 5 years ago.
Right.
So it's their first game since then.
Are you going to be playing this on release? Because for me, I never got Returnal. I usually get almost every major Sony first-party release, but Returnal just passed me by. It's on my list, and it's pretty cheap now, relatively, so I will pick it up at some point. But I'd like to play that before Sorrows, even though I know they're not like linked. But
yeah, it's just, the thing with Housemarque is that their gameplay is just very similar. Like the bullet hell roguelike, you if you die you restart, but you have like some weapons and things that from like progression from before, and it's all about. I mean, that's the funny thing is about Returnal is like I just was not good at it. Like I thought it was so awesome, and I was like I could see myself getting so into this, but you really do kind of have to get good. I feel like Sorrows seems like it's going to be a little bit easier. It seems like it's not going to be as punishing, but with Returnal, I had gotten into it, but it also came out the same day. I'll not forget. It came out the same day as new Pokemon Snap. And I was like, oh, I'm playing new Pokemon Snap. So I ended up like playing that and beating that instead. And then Returnal, I think Returnal has like 5 bosses, and you have to beat the game, you have to do it in one run. I think I beat the first 2, and then I died on the third. and eventually I kind of just gave up. But the gameplay was so good, and I don't know. I feel like I want to commit with Saros. Like I want to do it, and then maybe it'll incentivize me to go back and actually beat Returnal because I loved what I played. I just wasn't good at it.
I just like Raul Coley, so
yeah, he's the lead of the. If you're familiar with him, he's an actor. He's affiliated with a lot of gaming stuff too. He's the lead.
Yeah, so I think that should be fun. I was surprised, Foregone, that you didn't have that on your list. Because I know you have Sony.
Never even heard of this.
Okay. Well,
I mean, I know I've heard of Returnal, but I've never even heard of this. I haven't even played that. You got to realize some of these like Sony, like I don't know a lot of these Sony first party fucking like I just don't.
I think I heard a little bit about Returnal.
And a lot of these I do play a lot of them once I figure out about them.
Mm-hmm.
True.
And I don't watch any directs hardly at all. I don't watch any of that. The only stuff I watch is like in the summer, like it's E3 again. I watch stuff then and then
like the Summer Games Fest, then eventually the Game Awards in December.
And then and then I don't even think about it again unless it's something that's like that's a game I want to play and I'll like make note of it.
Housemarque is interesting because they're a team and they're Finnish. So they're interesting because they made a bunch of games. Like they didn't used to be exclusive. They just they weren't owned by Sony before, but they were kind of like the Vita and like PS3 and PS4 like indie darling. Like they did games like Resogun, Matterfall, like a whole bunch of like these kind of smaller shoot 'em up twin stick shooter games, and then Returnal was like their big jump to like 3D bullet hell basically. So and that's when Sony bought them. But they're interesting, really cool, very gameplay focused. If you want to play something very
I might check out Returnal. Yeah,
not story heavy, but very just like stimulate your brain. Like they're very gameplay heavy. So I mean, they're really cool, very talented. So
cool.
I mean, I also play a lot of stuff on like Game Pass and all that. So and Sony's like thing too. So a lot of times if it's not on there and it's something I've never heard of, I'm not buying it.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
if I play it on that and I like it, then I'll buy it. Then that's kind of how I use it.
Yeah. That's something that also I was hopeful that this could do, not just for each other, but also for people who are watching or listening, rather, I should say. But this, discovering new games, because like something like Tamagotchi, I would not have really. It would have passed me by.
You said something about
I think you said Tamagotchi.
Yeah, it's a Tamagotchi.
You said Tamagotchi, like the little pocket thing.
Yeah.
Somebody mentioned something like the mouse Bioshock. It sounds kind of cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I might check that out. That sounds interesting.
Yeah, it's cool. And we have a few games like that where like from really all we know about it is like this creator that we like is making it.
Mm-hmm.
There's a few, but Foregone has been quiet for a while, but now we got a game that Foregone's interested in because we got Forza Horizon 6 that comes out May 19th. And T-Mac, I know you said you were interested too. I am just not a car guy.
I loved Horizon 4. I mean, I guess I'll let Foregone talk about it, but I haven't played 5, but I am interested in this new one as well.
I've always loved like racing games, Need for Speed, Gran Turismo back in the day on like the old PlayStations. I haven't played the newest one. I think it's 7. But I've always been like a car game guy. All of that stuff, and Forza, like I always liked Forza Motorsport, but to me it always felt like a sorry clone, like a sad clone of like Gran Turismo.
It's like a dumbed down Gran Turismo. It's like a Gran Turismo that's afraid to be like a full sim racer, so it has to be a little more arcadey. So
that's why they're not doing them anymore. They're only sticking with the Horizon games now. So
I never liked that, and then they come out with Horizon, which was much more like it was like Need for Speed Hot Pursuit and like Need for Speed Underground, kind of like into one, and just like better, basically open world and all that kind of stuff. Love them all. The only one I genuinely don't like is 5. I think 5. It's set in Mexico. It's just not very good. It's not very. It doesn't look pretty to me. It's just very bland and dull and like. Mexico is just not like a place where I want to have like a car culture video game. It just is not appealing. So I haven't played 5 very much. But 6, this is the one that everybody's been. It's kind of like Assassin's Creed. Everybody wanted them to go to Japan. It took them forever. They finally did it with Shadows. Same with Forza Horizon 6. They're finally going to Japan. It looks insane. The little overview they showed a couple weeks ago, like the 12 minutes of gameplay, looked incredible. The map looks insane. There's all the sorts of like verticality just because of how the Japanese islands and stuff are, and the weathering. Like they look like they've taken like the dynamic weathering system even further. The music sounds incredible. The cars look incredible. Gameplay looks awesome, and I always like how they tweak things here and there to make what has always been a staple and what has always worked even better and not as repetitive. And Horizon, man, it's just a fun time. It's just a fun time. I love that you can just jump in and just do these things without having any loading, really, unless it's like a big event. So like Japan is like the perfect place for a game like this. They like actually street race and stuff a lot over there. Car culture is massive over there. They brought in like this Japanese car culture legend to help consult on the game, this woman. Just everything about this game looks incredible. And Playground and Turn 10, man, they outside of Horizon 5, they're like a day one studio for me. They make one game, well, 2 now. Technically, we'll talk about one later. But yeah, they make great games, and if you like racing games, this is like the superior racing game besides Gran Turismo, in my opinion. So
yeah.
You know what's funny? I've only played Forza Horizon 1. That's the only one I ever played on 360.
You only played 1?
Yeah, but I
haven't played 2?
No, because you know why? Because I never got an Xbox One. Like that was why I never got an Xbox
2 was
One.
on 360, wasn't it?
It might have been.
Yeah,
it probably was.
2 was on 360. I hope eventually they all kind of get like ported over to PlayStation, because I know
I think there's
6,
licensing issues because of the music and stuff and the brands and stuff like that. So
the music in these games is incredible. I mean,
like,
I've discovered so many bands.
I think like one of them was delisted off Xbox like a while back.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure.
It might be 2.
I think 4
And that's
did
my
as well.
favorite one.
Recently,
2's my favorite one. 3 is really good. 4 is really good. They've been to like America, Australia, London. 5 is in Mexico, and then there's obviously one of them I'm forgetting, and now Japan. So I think they're awesome. They have like, if you've never played, like you can just like the AI like racing system. It's not AI, but it's like whatever the computer is. It just is always racing, and then now they've made it even more seamless. Like jump in with people online or your friends or whatever. This 6 has a damn like open world castle thing that you like could just build. And like as you progress the game and unlock stuff, and your friends, when they join your instance, can just drive and look at your customizable castle thing as well, which is crazy, like garage areas. So yeah, these games are awesome. It's like one of my favorite games to just put on and just play. Like I'm not like trying to accomplish anything. I'm gonna go up a bracket or 2 in my racing career. I'm gonna drive around. I'm gonna do events. I'm gonna unlock cool cars. And that you'll kill like 2.5, 3 hours just vibing to whatever soundtrack. I'm telling you, the soundtracks are incredible. Their soundtracks are insane. So
yeah, I mean that's kind of been me with Burnout Paradise recently. It's very similar kind of.
There's a little bit of that too.
Yeah,
there's a little bit of they have like arcadey like events where it's like, you have to do this stunt jump of X amount of feet through the air, or you have to play like King of the Hill, and they have, it's like they've taken all the best elements of Need for Speed, Burnout, Gran Turismo, any kind of test drive even. They've taken some of the best elements of these racing games ever since Horizon 1 and just put them together in an open world, and just like, here you go.
Yeah.
So, and 6 being in Japan, chef's kiss, boys.
Yeah, I know. My cousin is a huge Forza fan, and he's very excited for this because he has been waiting and waiting and waiting for them to go to Japan.
Yeah, that's the big one. That's like the car culture place in the world. So
right.
Glad it's finally happening.
Yeah.
Yep.
For me, like I said, I've never been a car guy, so I've played some of the Forza Horizons. I can't tell you which ones. I also pretty much, if you look at my garage in any Forza game, pretty much all Ferraris. That's basically what I
Bro,
like.
the Bugatti Veyron Super Sport. That's my car. I save up immediately, buy that thing, and then it's guns blazing. So
Right.
Hmm.
The we only have 3 games left that are that have release dates, but all 3 of these I'm super excited for. These are 3 of my most anticipated games of the year. But the first one is 007 First Light. And I like to consider myself a big James Bond fan. Some gatekeeping people probably might not agree because I haven't seen so many. But like I said, I'm working my way through. I have seen all of Daniel Craig's Bond. I watched GoldenEye. I watched George Lazenby's On Her Majesty's Secret Service. And I have now seen all of Sean Connery but one. So I consider myself a pretty big Bond fan. And I loved Hitman. And by the same developer, IO Interactive. It also comes out May 27th. Got delayed. But I think IO Interactive is a fantastic developer. Hitman World of Assassination, which is really just 1, 2, and 3 together, is one of my most played games of all time. Just absolutely love Hitman. It's so much fun. And I think that they make sense for a James Bond video game. I've seen lots of gameplay. Trailers are great. It seems like it's a match made in heaven. It really fits their type of gameplay. So I'm very excited for that. I know that Forgotten T-Mac are like a little bit here and there, but see how
I do
it
love
is.
James Bond. I don't know, man. This feels like a game that I'll play and I'll love. It's just I'm not.
I know
Like,
that's why I'm saying. It's so when you told me
just
you
for
weren't
some
like,
reason I'm just not like hype about it just yet.
yeah, I don't
Maybe
know
I'll
why.
get
It's
closer. I don't know.
No,
it's
I
so,
think it looks sick. I just feel like a poser because I've only ever seen the Daniel Craig film. So I feel like this is going to be a game that's like for the fans, and I feel like I'm like a faker. I feel like I got to get more immersed before I play it, to like really
five
appreciate it.
5 movies I think is enough to call you a fan. Like I would say I've
Yeah.
only before I started my watch now, I've seen 7. That's not much more
Right.
than you.
There you go.
Yeah,
And
for sure.
there's 26 of them. So and I've loved going through them so far. I'll
The
be
funny
starting
thing was,
Roger Moore very soon.
when I was a kid, my family loved the Austin Powers movies, and it's like those are James Bond spoofs, and it's so funny. It's
Right.
like I love those, but like I'm not
Source.
even aware of the things that they're spoofing. So it's like even
Right.
I don't know. I think I would at least like to watch the Sean Connery ones. I feel like those are like essential.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, I don't really have anything else to say about that. Just that
Yeah, that's
I'm
gonna be a
super
fun
excited.
combat game, like a fun like stealth around, taking people out, or just going guns blazing. I'm
Yeah.
sure there'll be all sorts of crazy stuff you can do in it, just like Hitman.
Yeah,
It's-
the combat did
I-
look very fun from what I saw of it.
I would say that's probably number 4 for me for this year.
I just need to look more
I-
into that. That's probably why I'm not like.
Yeah,
I
I'll send you a
watched the
gameplay
gameplay.
demo.
I watched that and
you
it
did?
looked
Okay.
awesome. I just
Yeah,
need to
bro.
like really kind of figure out like. But it also comes out. I think it comes out at the same time. Like there's another game that's coming out that I want to play. So I'm kind of.
I mean, Forza's the
Does
week
it come out?
before, so
Yeah. It's going to come out around Forza, so I might pick it up. It might be a nice way to split, race a little bit, shoot a little bit, race a little bit, shoot a little bit.
Well, 2 days after, on May 29th, the Lego Batman, the new Lego Batman comes out, Legacy of the
that-
Dark Knight.
I forgot about
Yeah, and I'm super excited about that as well. That's probably number 5 for me on the year, right after Bond. So 4 and 5 coming out within 2 days of each other. But I'm a huge Batman fan, huge DC Comics fan, and it looks to be like Lego Star Wars: The Skywalker Saga, but Batman. And I know for a lot of people that's like, oh well, that kills my enjoyment because a lot of people didn't like Skywalker Saga because the story was not great because it was more focusing on the open world. But I think that's okay because, like Lego Batman, Lego Star Wars has story-based Lego games that you can go play. This was more focusing on the giant open world. I thought it was a lot of fun. So I
I
imagine
don't
this
think
would
there
be the
was
same
a giant
thing.
open world. I feel like there was a lot of like little zones you could kind of go around and do side missions in Skywalker Saga. I never got that feeling of like a big open world in that game.
I think Coruscant and Tatooine and planets like that are huge.
Yeah,
At
they
least
are.
that's the way it feels. Like it feels like
I felt like
you
I was
could be
walking
there
around the
for
same
hours.
like 2 areas in Tatooine for like forever, and I was like, can I just like get to the end of this already? But
See,
I think with a game like that, it's better. Like with Skywalker Saga, it's probably better to like not get distracted by the open world stuff, play through the game, and then do the open stuff like kind of later. You know, like I feel, you know what I mean?
I
'Cause
don't
I
know.
feel like you could.
I
you
just
get
got really
overwhelmed with
bored
it.
really quick. It wasn't even that I was
I just-
overwhelmed. I just got bored.
I feel like that's like it's understandable if that's just not your thing, but I actually disagree with you, T-Mac, because I think that it's like the open world is this part of the
Yeah,
game.
don't
I
get me
feel-
wrong. I would do the open world stuff. I just know like
Right,
some
but
people
I'm-
might not be as into it. You know.
I feel like then the game's probably not for you. Like I feel like other Lego Star Wars games, because I feel like
Yeah.
if you're not focusing on the open world, you're probably not going to enjoy the game very much. Because I feel like I hesitate to use the word objectively, but I feel like objectively the levels are significantly worse than the other mainline Lego Star Wars games.
Yeah, they felt very basic. That's all I
Right,
remember.
exactly.
It kind of felt like a lot more combat focused rather than like the exploration and like puzzle solving of like other Lego games. Like it felt like they were like, "Oh, look at this combat system we made," and they kind of just made like a third person shooter, but it was Lego, and it wasn't really that great. But yeah, I don't know. It kind of felt like a Ubisoft game to me, whereas like trying to get you to explore. Like, I mean, some people like Ubisoft games. I've tried a couple. I don't really care for them, but like, it kind of felt like when you are in like the open map, it's like, oh, go do this, go do that, and then you go do those things that it's like trying really hard to get you to do, and then you're like, okay, well, why did I do that? That wasn't that fun. And then you try to go do a story mission. It's like, well, that also wasn't that fun. So why am I playing this game? But I don't know. So long story short, if the Lego Batman game ends up being like that, I'll be very disappointed. I'm hoping that it's going to be a lot better.
The cool thing about Batman though is that there's so many eras, and I feel like there's so much to chew. Like they could do so much and so much funny humor stuff because Lego Batman is kind of funny.
Yeah.
By the nature of how they've always done it, like in film or in other games. So, you know, I feel like there's going to be a lot to chew on in the Batman one. Like, it's going to be a celebration of all Batman. Like, that's pretty cool. There's not really a game like that, you know?
Yeah. And it's not really an adaptation. Like, it's kind of like a greatest hits, it almost seems like when you're looking at it. Like, it's not really like the Lego Star Wars game where it's like a retelling of the movies. Like, it's its own thing. It's its own version of a Batman story. So, might be a little better.
Forgon, are you into any Lego games ever?
Ooh, as a kid, I played like a couple of the Star Wars ones. I don't remember which ones. Funny side story here, just a real quick one. Back when I used to work at Game Exchange, somebody brought in a bunch of fake games, is what we thought, and traded them to us, and sold them to us. And I wasn't there, so I couldn't have told the people they were real. They were real, but because they had deemed them as fake for some reason, because he like sold them to us like 2 days after they came out, and they had no cases. They were just discs. I don't know where he got them. That's why they thought they were fake. But they were like, yeah, they won't boot. And it was like, I remember it was like Skywalker Saga and like Tiny Tina's Wonderland and just a bunch of games that had just like recently come out. And because they were fake, like WWE, and because they were fake, they just said we could take them. So I took home the Skywalker Saga for my Xbox that I have. Never played it. So
how do you know it works?
I don't know.
What if it doesn't even work? What if it is fake?
I did like boot it up and play, and it's like, yeah, it won't even install past 20%. And I was like, that's a lie. It installed perfectly. It runs perfectly. It's fine. There's nothing wrong with it. It's not a bootleg copy. It runs perfectly. It's fine. I got it for free. And I played maybe like an hour of it, and I was like, yeah, these Lego games just aren't for me anymore. Like, I don't watch any of the Lego movies. Never seen one. This is not my kind of stuff.
The
This
Lego
is where
movie
it
is
comes from.
peak.
Foregone just has his animation hate. This is where it's coming from. Again.
Not only is it animation, but it's about it's Legos, and that may have been the one thing as a child that if they would have like been nuked into existence, Darth Bane style from Dark Knight Rises, I would have been like, you know what, the world is better not having these.
Did you say Darth Bane from
Darth
Dark
Bane
Knight
from the Dark Knight Rises.
I said Darth Bane style
Dude,
from
what's
Dark Knight
crazy?
Rises, but he's not Darth. It's just Bane. It's just Bane.
What's crazy is the Lego movie is like it's so good. It's
Yes.
so good.
It is.
I know people like him, and I know Will Arnett is like great as Batman, and I love Will
Very
Arnett.
funny.
But it's just not for me. I just never got into the Lego thing. So
Yeah.
Damn.
I don't know, man.
Well,
Lego
it's
movie goes way
unfortunate.
harder than it has any right to.
It's
So
unfortunate because somehow Foregone might be the only gamer in existence who's not interested in the next game, which comes out supposedly November 19th. But GTA 6, Grand Theft Auto 6.
I think what would be more
And-
interesting than us talking about how excited we are for it is why Foregone is not interested in this.
Yeah, I'd
I
like
wanna
to hear that.
this was like the plot twist of my life that Foregone, like the biggest Red Dead fan ever, who loves car games, is not interested in Grand Theft Auto for some reason.
Crazy. It is crazy.
I need to know
okay, let's see.
Foregone's is a goody two
What?
shoes. He hates crime. He's like, I can't do crime.
Incorrect. I'm always cheering for the villains. Last Grand Theft Auto I played was 4. I liked it. I loved the Irish gang. I loved like the bank robbing mission, all that and everything. I never played 5.
One of the greatest games ever made. I can't.
Yeah, just wasn't for me. I have been told countless times, specifically about Trevor, about how much I would love the character Trevor. Just
Sure you
over
would.
and over and over and over by people. People yell at me all the time. I don't know, man. It's not like I got a lot of hot takes about Grand Theft Auto. I just think they're okay. Like I just don't. I don't think any of them. And maybe it's because I haven't played the best one. I just don't think any of them are like just an incredible game. Like I know what they mean for gaming history and all that, but to me, I think the first Saints Row and I think Sleeping Dogs is better in every single way than Grand Theft Auto. To me,
I will say I think a lot of the older GTA games are overrated. When I played San Andreas for the first time, I was like, "This is the game that everybody says is like one of the greatest games of all time." Like, it's a great game for sure.
it's better than
But-
Vice City, but it's like,
I'm like
how
one of the
much?
best games of all time. But I
Yeah.
think GTA 5 legitimately is one of the best games of all time. Do you own it?
No,
I think I'm gonna buy it for you.
it's on Game
I
Pass.
might.
I also don't
It's
know.
okay.
Nah, fuck your Game Pass.
Bro, you know what's crazy? You know what's crazy? As a child, I owned GTA 3 and 3 and Vice City, like the 2-pack on PlayStation. I then bought that 2-pack again on the original Xbox, played the shit out of them. I bought and owned GTA 4 and San Andreas,
So
played the
you're
shit
a
out.
fan. You're a fan.
Listen.
I'm like a fan in like the lightest terms. I'm not like
Trevor,
I'm not a
have I-
fan. I'm a fan, but
have
I don't have any interest in playing them anymore.
Have I led you astray before, brother?
Yeah, bro.
No. When have I led you astray?
You said the Secret Agent was good.
Oh.
That's crazy. That's crazy. Bro's saying it's bad. I can't.
No, listen. I appreciate you wanting to buy me a copy of that game, but I'm telling you right now, I just will never play it. I just Rockstar to me is better in their other games. LA Noire is better. Red Dead is better. I think Sleeping Dogs has ruined the Grand Theft Auto experience for me.
Sleeping Dogs is like a
so
different.
good.
Sleeping Dogs is like a lot of melee focus though. It's like a different type of game.
I know.
So it's like I don't think it's like you can compare it. Of course, I'm always the person who says you can
and
compare
also
everything.
and like also Red Dead 2 has ruined this for me. Like none of them will be better than Red Dead 2. 5
know,
and
bro.
6 will not be better. I'm just telling you.
I think 6 could be better than Red Dead 2, and I think that Red Dead 3 could be better than 6. I think Rockstar just improves every game.
That's true.
So-
Yeah, they probably
so-
they do that. I just haven't played 5.
Like I think Red Dead 2 is better than GTA 5, and I was just glazing GTA 5. Like easily, I would say Red Dead 2 is better than GTA 5.
Listen, I'm not a GTA guy. That's okay. You guys talk about GTA 6. You
The-
talk
the
about
funny
the
thing
wild,
is that-
wacky world of Florida.
Dude, the funny thing is like I'm not really like GTA for me when I was a kid was either going to friends' houses or them bringing it over to my place, and I was putting in the cheat codes and just messing around on the map for hours. Like
Getting the
that's like what we
tanks.
always did.
Oh.
And it's like when I got older, I was like, oh, these games actually have campaigns. I'm fried. So it's like the only one that I've played all the way through is 5, and I loved it. But that's another series I would love to go back and actually play through the campaigns, because I feel like I would love San Andreas. It just seems like something that I would love. So I would like to do that at some point, but I don't know.
Here we go again.
6 is just going to be one of those things. You know, it's probably going to be the biggest game launch in history. You know, the reports are true, which I presume they are. Rockstar's made so much money from GTA 5, they're putting in like $1 billion or $2 billion into the development of this game. So it's like, it's just going to be crazy to see it. And the setting's cool in Miami, so I think it looks pretty fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm so excited. I mean, the gameplay, I'm sure will be amazing. We haven't seen obviously actual gameplay, but cinematic trailers look great. They're all in engine, so that means the graphics are going to look that good, and it's incredible. They look insane. But Rockstar games always do. It's not a new thing. But I am so excited. Like I said, I've been playing GTA 5 because I'm hyped for it again. I just love that type of game, and I know it's so weird because I always criticize open world games, but GTA like just doesn't have that problem for me. So many other open world games, like Ubisoft games, I keep playing them and I don't know why. But GTA is just not that for me. I love GTA. I think one day you have to give GTA 5 a chance. Maybe when you're 45, I'm gonna be like, all right, bro, it's time. It's time to play GTA 5.
Man.
So like what, next year? Or?
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know. I think that ship has passed for me with GTA. I just feel like I'm done with it, man. Like I just don't have any excitement anymore to steal cars and helicopters and shoot strippers and I just don't have I don't have
fair,
anything.
A lot of that is like you don't have to do that stuff. Like I'm not saying even if you just play the story. And you have been very good with like trying new things. I feel like if one day, like months from now, years from now, maybe if we keep this podcast going, and I say let's do a podcast about GTA 5, you're gonna be like, nah, you guys do it without me.
I mean, I might try it eventually. I have people at work. I have people at work that have been riding me about this game, especially last year, and I'm like, listen, it's on Game Pass. I will install it one time and give it a shot. It's just to me.
You know what? Cancel Slop Uncharted. We're doing GTA episode next month. Now you gotta play it.
I'm out. Come back to me when you do a good game.
I'd be so mad. I've been playing all these Uncharted games.
I have not played GTA 5. I haven't played any GTA games except GTA Online for like a couple hours, and that's it. So I'm kind of like not really a GTA fan, I guess. I've just like I loved Red Dead 2, which I guess I didn't finish, but I played like a ton of because there's so much you can do in that game. But I never made it to the end. But like just the idea of having like a game like made by those same people, right? And like going even bigger than they did with Red Dead and having it, you know, be in a modern setting, I think that could end up being like easily one of the best games ever made if it's done right. So we'll see how it goes.
For sure. Something I do think is important. It better be crossplay because it's very annoying that we can't play GTA together. Can't play with my friend Mike. Really, most people I know who would play GTA are on different consoles. You know, can't play with T-Mac. So GTA 6 better be crossplay. I'm sure it will be because I can't believe a game being released in the year of our Lord 2026 doesn't have fucking crossplay.
Yeah, and the thing for me is like I would say like oh, I'll just play it on Xbox, but I have a PS5 Pro, so I'd rather play it on the Pro.
Right, of course. What were you saying, Forgon?
I said will it even come out this year? Like, I know delays are like big, especially for something like this, but it just sometimes seems like Rockstar's pulling the wool over people's eyes with this. Like, why is this taking so long?
I have faith, and I don't mind.
And what's the thing about the physical copies that I just heard about the other day? Is that real?
I hope that's not true, but I talked about this on Figureball.
It's real. They want people to buy it twice. They want cucks like us to buy it twice.
But I won't. I will not buy it twice. I don't want to own it digitally, so I just will wait, and it's very annoying. But the rumor for people who don't know is that the physical copy will release early next year because they don't want leaks. And while I can understand that, maybe release it a week later then, 2 weeks later, a month later. But wait till early next year. That really bugs me.
You can't stop
it's in production.
Like, there's just no way to.
Yeah.
I will say, if they have a super cool collector's edition that I'm interested in that has a digital copy, then I would be in. And then I would have my digital copy, which would be unfortunate.
This sounds like it's going to be like a limited run games thing where they announce a physical copy and it's going to take months after you get it.
Also, I hate to say this, but I'll admit it. I did buy GTA 5 digitally once because I was fucking tired of changing the disc every time because I played it every day. And I was like, I don't want to go through, if I'm playing a game, like a story-based game, that means every single day that I was playing that game, I would be like, well, now I'm going to play GTA for a bit, and now I'm going to switch. And I don't like doing that. I like putting my one game in the disc drive, and that'll be my game for a couple of weeks. So GTA, I was just tired of going back and forth, so I bought it digitally one day. It was on sale for I don't even know. It was pretty cheap. It was like $15 at the time I bought it, I think.
So you paid $15 just to not have to get up and change the disc.
Yep. Gladly.
I mean, I bought it twice because I bought it on PS4 at some point when it got released on PS4, and then when they got
I've actually bought.
Also,
exactly.
when it got a PS5 release, I bought it, but I bought it on sale. It was like $20. It wasn't.
Yeah, I bought GTA like 4 times because of what T-Max saying. Like each time was re-released.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta go on a little. Just give me like a little 5-minute rant here. I know we don't want this to be forever, but feel like when you talk to somebody and they're like, "Yeah, bro, I'm a gamer," and you ask them what kind of games they play, you get the same answers: Call of Duty, Madden, GTA, and that to me is like. That's like the game bro answer, and I just hate that kind of shit. I just you don't play anything. You don't play they're real games, of course. I play Call of Duty, I play Madden, but bro, come on. And they're always like, man, they just don't make games the way they used to anymore. Yeah, because all you play is GTA and Call of Duty. That's like they don't make movies the way they used to make them, and all you do is watch Fast and the Furious. Like, get out of here! Get out of here! I had to, bro. I feel like it's like the slop gamer answer. Yeah, I'll play GTA and Call of Duty and Madden. Okay, cool, bro.
It's because gaming is simultaneously like the biggest thing in the world and also very niche.
Yeah, I know.
Like it makes the most money out of any form of entertainment, but then at the same time 65% of people that play video games play just the same.
Yeah.
Fortnite, GTA.
I mean, I think it's kind of skewed. People are always like, "Oh, it's like the biggest entertainment medium." It's like, well, no, because your grandma is not playing Call of Duty. You know what I mean? But I think
it makes just in terms of the money that it
right.
makes.
But that's you don't have to pay you don't have to pay $500 to go watch a movie. You just buy a ticket, But you have to buy a console to be able to play video games. So you have to pay for a PC or whatever it is, and you have to buy the game. And then there's all the microtransactions and things like that suck people in. I think. I find that very believable that that's where most money out of all these different entertainment mediums is spent. But the idea that that also equates to it being the most popular, no, I don't think that's really how that works at all. So
true, but you could also see just individual games. Like GTA 5 made more than any movie ever by a large margin.
Minecraft too.
Yeah.
It's true.
Yeah. I don't know, bro. And anytime somebody's like, "Yeah, I play games," and they give me one of those 3, I'm like, "Oh god." Then it's bro, you ever played something we mentioned, Mass Effect or Death Stranding or Claire's
Death Stranding too on the beach?
any you mention any kind of game that's not like bang bang shoot 'em up. Be like, what is that? It's like shut
Listen,
up, bro.
we're
Shut
gonna
up,
just like we turned you into an Uncharted fan, we're turning you into a GTA fan. It's gonna happen. I can't wait
You
till
know,
Foregone is.
I'll be a GTA fan when it enters the Criterion closet.
There you go. I can't wait for Foregone to play. Foregone's gonna be playing GTA, and then he'll be like, "BRB guys, I'm gonna go watch Spirited Away," and then he'll be watching that,
Oh,
and then he'll just
That's what
You
I
might,
be.
want.
you'll probably get me on that. Yeah,
Yeah,
That's
I'm
what I
gonna get you
want.
on. I'm gonna get you on everything, bro.
you ain't gonna get me on GTA.
It's everything, bro. You'll do it. You'll do it. You'll do it. But that's it for games that have release dates. The other ones are just sometime this year. So there's Control Resonant. T-Mac and I are interested in this.
The Control sequel.
Yes,
Yeah,
you're
I am too,
okay.
but I haven't. I got to finish the first one. So
Same. Gotta finish the first one, but I love. This is embarrassing. T-Mac, what is the developer's name?
Remedy.
Can't remember. There we go.
yeah, Remedy.
Remedy games are great. Quantum. Fuck. This is also stupid. What the hell's the name?
Break.
Quantum what? Break. Yes. Loved that. Love Quantum Break.
What about Alan Wake?
Yes, Alan Wake. I haven't played the sequel, and I never beat the first game, but I really did enjoy what I did play. It's because I didn't own it, unfortunately. That's why I never beat the first one. I do own it now. I bought the remaster, so I just like to go back and play the full game because a friend will let me borrow it every so often, and then I just stop borrowing it. But I never owned it, so I'd like to own, or not, like I like to play it now that I do own it rather than remaster, and then I'll play the sequel whenever I'm done with that. But I love Quantum Break; it was so much fun. And from the little bit of Control that I did play, I had a blast with it. So I'm excited for the sequel. Got to finish the first Control, of course, but that type of game is just really always interesting to me. Next, there's Dune Awakening. Forgot you said that you were maybe interested in this.
Is this like a standard RPG or is this something else?
No, it's what the hell is that type of game called, T-Mac? You know what I'm talking about. The exact type. I don't want to.
Oh,
What's
boy.
it like? Like what's it like though? Like what other game? Civilization or something?
No, it's like
Is it like a Halo Reach type game?
no, it's like a survival like open world RPG. Like those type of games, like multiplayer.
It's like an RPG.
Like an MMO.
It's, I mean, Wikipedia says survival game, so I guess it is like a.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying.
I'm thinking of there is a Dune game that's like a Halo Reach type or like Civ type game, but this is something different.
You mean you're talking about
I'm
Halo
lightly
Wars.
in Halo Wars. I'm lightly.
What did I say? Reach? Jesus.
Yeah, you kept saying Reach.
I don't know why I said that.
Yeah, but this is like a survival game on Arrakis, which I'm a big Dune fan.
I might try
So-
it. Yeah, like Dune. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm excited for that. That should be fun if it's good. That is something that it's all dependent. If it's not good, then obviously gonna suck. But I'm cautiously optimistic. The next game is Psycho and T-Mac. They're both interested. The Duskbloods.
Yep. I mean, I've been getting into FromSoft stuff more lately. I've only beaten one of them. I beat the PS5 remake of Demon's Souls. It's probably one of my favorite games I've played in the past couple of years. But yeah, just the idea of getting a brand new FromSoft IP, it's really cool. And not only that, but exclusive to Switch 2. I'm excited to see what they do with it. I was a little concerned because I'm hearing the Elden Ring port is apparently not shaping up to be all that great. So I'm a little worried with how FromSoft is going to handle putting games on the console. That's not a good look at this point, but I think the game looks like it's going to be really fun, and apparently it's going to be kind of multiplayer focused, which is a little unique. But
Yeah, I'm in a similar boat. I've only beaten Demon's Souls and Bloodborne. Elden Ring I started, but it came out at the same time as Horizon Forbidden West, and me being the Sony pony, I was like, I gotta play that, and then I dropped it and I never went back. But at some point, that'll be a game that I just play for a long time, because that's a game that you can get so lost in. But yeah, like you said, the fact that it's a Switch 2 exclusive and it's being directed by Miyazaki, it's not like it's somebody else at From Software. Like this is like a proper game that
Right.
they're going all into. It's kind of impressive how they really just churn out games. It's kind of crazy, like their like work ethic. Like you don't see a lot of studios like go in like every like few years. I mean, and even like with Elden Ring, they did the multiplayer standalone game Night Rain. So it's not even, they've had a game since Elden Ring. I know it's different. It's multiplayer focused, but so like really cool. I'm excited to see how it looks. I would think maybe since Elden Ring wasn't developed like natively for Switch originally, I would think maybe Duskbloods is like more tuned since they probably had more time to focus on it. It's not like they're porting it, it's like from the ground up on Switch too. So yeah, I'll be interested to see what it's like, what it looks like, and how fucking hard it is inevitably.
Yeah.
But I'm ready for it. I'm sure it'll be pretty fun. And you got the Switch 2 Pro controller. You got those back buttons to do your dodges, so it'll fit right in.
Which I don't own. I'm still just rocking my Switch 1 Pro controller, but don't got the back buttons. It's very good. Yeah. But yeah,
I love my Smash Bros. Switch Pro controller. That's great.
Oh, so me
I have
his
that too.
Ultra Pro controller that he could have used. This guy.
Oh yeah, that's true. That one was cool, but I didn't need it because I still like.
Bro.
I think the amount of features on that one is cool, and being able to like fully map all the buttons and everything, like on the 8-bit do software, is cool. But like as soon as I started like playing with this again, it's just like something about it just like fits in my hands like perfectly.
Yeah,
it's like they built it for me.
They really figured out those Pro controllers, and the battery life is just crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy. I hardly ever charge it.
All those features are working so good on Mortal Kombat Legacy when I play it.
Nice. I'm glad to hear it. Yeah, that's a great controller too.
They're not.
And the cool thing about Duskbloods is like kind of feels like a Bloodborne sequel. Kind of, which is like what people want. So I'll be interested to see what people think of this game when it comes out, because people are always clamoring for more Bloodborne. So
yeah, I wonder if we'll ever get that. I still got to play the first one. I have it, but I wonder if like
it's so good. It just needs a remaster because it's stuck at 30 frames. It needs to be cleaned up and polished.
I mean, just
let
Blue Point do like a remake of it. It would be incredible.
That's like the one mystery in the game industry is like, is there some, because Bloodborne was a PlayStation exclusive. It's like, is there something in like a clause in like the, I don't know, when they signed to do that game, is there something in the contract that's like only Miyazaki and From Software can work on Bloodborne? It's like maybe it is, and maybe they just don't feel like it. No one really knows, but it's like, I mean, I'm pretty sure people have like ported it to PC themselves and like broken it open to do 60 frames, but it's like, yeah, as far as consoles, it's like it's stuck on that old port, and it definitely it needs some cleaning up, but hopefully one day.
Yeah.
That would break the internet when they finally do that, because people want that version so bad.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of Bloodborne fans out there. I feel like I just hear about it all the time. And it's just kind of crazy that there's never been an addition to that like franchise specifically. But
yeah, it's a phenomenal game. Just such a good art design, like such good bosses, such good, like scary. It's great.
Yeah, I need to get to playing that. I'll try to get to that soon. I also have Dark Souls 3. I haven't played that. I have Dark Souls 1. I played a bit of that, and I have never finished it. So I feel like sometime got to go back, finish 1, and play 3 and Bloodborne. Maybe buy 2 as well. Try it out. But yeah.
Yeah, I think Foreground and I have been pretty similar with how we think of From Software games, which is just like, I understand the appeal, but it's really just not for me. So
yeah. I'm very limited in my Souls-like games that I play.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, sometimes I'm not in the mood for them. That's like why I've only ever finished one of them. It's like you kind of got to be in the mood to like bang your head against the wall for a couple hours, Yeah. It's like it's fun. It's like really like satisfying. Like when you do like breakthrough, like you feel like you really overcome a real challenge. I think that's really the appeal to those games. But I can understand someone not really like. I've been playing Silksong recently. It's like similar. I'm sorry, Zoo. You're very, very blurry.
Yeah, I don't know what the hell just happened.
What in the world?
What did I say?
I don't know. I don't know why I did that.
Oh, frame your face.
How do you
frame
fix
your
it?
face.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I feel
For
like
listeners,
this...
he's just so blurry on camera. I'll talk for a second though. Yeah, you know what's if you're really frustrated with From Software games, if you have like a couple friends that want to play it, they're very fun to link up and play. Because it scales to everybody being there, so it's not like it's too easy, but it's like you feel like you can team up and kind of figure it out. And like because that's how I played Bloodborne at the time. I played it in 2020, like the pandemic year, and me and a few friends, we would stay up late like every other night and just and run through next section of the game. Demon Souls I played with friends too, but I played a little bit more of that by myself. Like a lot of the harder bosses I did end up beating on my own. But yeah, they're pretty underrated for how fun they are to play with people. So if you can get a couple people, it's like you can take down any challenge,
Yeah. For a long time I didn't even know they had like a multiplayer like function in them, and like
it's kind of janky. You gotta like draw a symbol, and then you gotta like someone's gotta like receive it in their game. It's like kind of backwards, but like it works. It's good enough.
I mean, I've had people like attack me like online, so that's always fun.
But I hate that.
You
that
can
is one
turn it
thing I
off,
hate in those games.
but I like it because everyone's like it depends on like if you're in the middle of like doing like a really hard boss and someone shows up, it's just like fuck off. Like I'm trying to do something, but if you're just like exploring around, it's like okay, sure, like I'll fight you. This will be fun.
I need to show y'all. I have messages saved on my PlayStation still that I never deleted. When me and my buddies were playing Demon Souls, there was one guy that kept invading our game and kept trying to mess us up. And every time that we did it, we just kept like booting out of the game to like boot him out. And then he kept invading like several times in a row. And we just kept closing the game and restarting. And then eventually he was like, he messaged me and he was like, "You're not playing the game right. Like the game is meant so people can attack you." And I was like, "Bro, like I'm just trying to play the game. I don't want to fight you." And he's like, "No," like he was so mad. He was like, "You're a wuss. Like return the game. You shouldn't play it." And I'm like, "Bro, like relax. I'm having a fun time. You're the one that's aggravated."
Yeah,
it's just so
the FromSoft like gatekeepers are crazy too. Like, oh, you got to play it like this. Oh, you're not playing, or like, oh, the new games are too easy or whatever. Like, nah, I'm just gonna have fun. Or like, what does Miles Morales say?
The game's hard enough. I don't want to fight you.
Right, exactly. You're not blurry anymore, by the way. You fixed it.
Yeah, I know. I see. The next 3 games are Xbox's pretty much only exclusives, which are not exclusives really anymore. But besides Forza, of course, that we already talked about. But the next one is something that I know. Psycho, I'm not sure if you're interested, but I know both of you Tylers are interested. But it's Fable. And I have played all 3 Fables rather.
Really?
But I've never finished any of them. So I just Fable just doesn't hook me, and I don't know why. Like I've played them.
I've only played 2, but I did finish it and I loved it.
Yeah.
So
I've played all 3.
This is what happened, Forgon.
Yeah.
You're making that face, but you got to understand.
Yeah, for our audio listeners, Forgon is sinking into his chair and dying. He's dying.
Fable 2 was one of those games, like, I was in high school, somebody let me borrow it, and... Actually, no. This is what... I did buy Fable 2. Someone did gift me Fable 2, I think. And Fable 1 at that point was, like, a little bit old. It was original Xbox. I never owned an original Xbox, so it's like Fable 2 was the one that I played, and then when Fable 3 came out years later, everybody said it wasn't very good, so I just never played it. So 2 is the sweet spot for me, where that's the one I played, but I loved it, so, it's been a while. I'm down for some more Fable. They're really fun.
It's not as good as 2, 1 and 2, but 3 is. I still had a great time with 3. People are waffling. It's fucking.
Yeah. I'm sure it's okay. I don't doubt that.
Yeah, it's still the same Fable experience and fun. Like, yeah, Fable. I've been waiting for this for it seems like 10, 15 years. I mean, just a long ass time.
There's a game on this list where I've been waiting.
I am beyond excited when they finally announced it was finally happening and it was going to be Turn 10 and Playground. They were making like a new division of Playground to do this. I was like, you know what? I don't care that all they've made is Forza Horizon. The open world was going to be peak. And then they did the little tease a couple years ago with just a little giant. And the guy from the IT Crowd, which if you haven't seen the IT Crowd, incredible show. And I was like, I'm hooked. I don't even care what this is. I'm hooked. And then they finally showed gameplay a couple weeks ago when they showed Forza Horizon. I could not be happier about what it looks like. It's very British humor is what they've said. Yeah. So much so that they have like Office style cutaways in cutscenes at some points. They've casted like British comedy, like sitcom legends that I'm excited to see. I love British comedy. There are 1,000 like uniquely voiced characters in this game that all have unique lives that are just doing while you're not interacting with them. Just
There's like a set
everything.
schedule of what they're doing. Like,
Yeah, everything about it looks insane. Fable is like it's in any kind of game that has like choices that have like real consequences on the world around you. I'm in. Like I love that. I don't like games where you make a choice and then there's no real impact on anything around you. Fable has always done that. I'm
And
very excited.
because these three are all like Xbox first party games, these are all should be on Game Pass.
Day
So
one. They'll all be on
yeah.
Game Pass day one
So
for
I'll-
anybody who wants to check
and
them out.
Fable's launching on PlayStation same day too.
Mhm.
I believe
Whereas
they said, yeah, same day.
Forza's coming at like when Forza comes out in May, it's not going to come out on PlayStation until the fall. So,
No,
but Fable is
kinda
coming out at the same time. So,
Yeah, and if you've never played Fable before, if you never played the originals, it's not like a connecting story. You won't have to. It'll just be more lore for you. But this will be a great place to jump in.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Um,
I'm sure that I will play it, especially since it's on Game Pass. That's something I forgot about with Forza before. Like I'll give it a try since I have Game Pass. But um,
Yeah, I love Fable.
I've enjoyed the previous three Fables. I just like never enough to like finish it. But I've also never like really sat down and had like a deep dive. So maybe if I went back and did that, then
Fable-
I would.
Back when I still like played primarily on my Xbox console, Fable was one of the franchises that I gave a yearly replay. So I don't do that anymore. I need to figure out if I can get them on PC and play them on PC now, because I'm primarily a PC and PlayStation gamer now. But yeah, I love Fable. It'll probably be hard to say, but it might be my game of the year. Just because of how excited I am for it and the way it looks. I think it's going to be incredible. Something else could pass it, though. So,
Next, there is Gears of War E-Day. And I'm someone who I just played Gears for the first time last year. I went through all of them with a friend of all of ours, Mr. Coffee, and I had a blast. They were better than I thought they were going to be. Especially 4 and 5, because I have heard nothing but bad things about those, and I did not think they were bad at all. But I enjoyed all of them. Judgment was my least favorite, but I still enjoyed it. And I'm excited that this is like a prequel. That should be a lot of fun, and see where like how this part of the story develops. It's also cool because is this is same day PlayStation or coming PlayStation later? What's going on with that?
I don't
They
think they've
haven't-
said if it's same
they
day.
haven't said.
Okay.
Go, and they'll probably say when this gets an official release date, they'll probably
Right.
say
But I would think since Gears 1 just came to PS5 like
Probably
last
same day.
year, I imagine it's not the
Probably
same
the only
day. But
thing-
no, you know what though? Fuck that. Because if there's gonna be multiplayer, you want to put it on everything day one.
That's
Right?
what I'm saying. Right.
So if
I
there's
think the
multiplayer,
only one that won't be is probably is Forza for whatever reason.
because
and it's
even the
probably just
Halo
licensing
game
and
coming
stuff,
out,
probably.
a Halo 1 remake is going to be on everything day one. So I would
Right.
think Gears, and I would think Gears if. Because think about it, because the Halo campaign Evolved is only the campaign, and that's launching everywhere. So if Gears has multiplayer, which I assume it will, yeah, that should be on everything.
Like you said, Halo, that's the next one. So
Yeah.
I'm very excited about that. I think Halo 2 Anniversary, right? That's what it's called. The cutscenes just look amazing. They're phenomenal. Obviously, they're computer generated, but they look amazing, and I really am excited for Halo Combat Evolved to get that update. So that should be really fun.
I think it looks really
And
good.
I've
Looks like they're nailing it.
Right. I've always loved the first Halo. I do like the Flood, but I feel like as the Flood gets more and more involved in the story, I care, or I dislike it a little more. Like I always prefer the Covenant, especially the
Yeah.
Elite Covenant, the Grunts, the jackals, less so the brutes. But that's why I think, story-wise at least, Halo 1's my favorite, then Halo 2, then Halo 3. But it's so close. I love all three of them. But the Silent Cartographer is probably my favorite level of all time in anything ever. And that was the mission that they showed off for
It's like the
Halo
mission.
Campaign Evolved.
Yeah.
And I was so excited to see that again. So excited to play through that again. I'm also very excited for PlayStation players who are only ever had a PlayStation be able to play Halo. That's really cool.
Yeah, the thing that I'm most excited about with Halo Campaign Evolved is the fact that it's coming on PlayStation. I really wish when I found out they were going to remake Halo Combat Evolved, the first one, I was kind of upset because Halo 3 needs the remaster.
Yes, for sure. It definitely
And I
does.
feel like they just don't want to do that for some reason. So I'm a little whelmed that it's Halo. It looks incredible. I'm going to pick it up day one, and I'll probably buy a physical copy to have because it'll be cool to have a Halo case for my Sony collection. But I'm just mainly excited that Sony players can finally play
I
it.
swear to Christ, if the whole game isn't on the disc.
I'm buying it anyway.
It better be.
Buying it anyway.
I mean, Gears is on the disc, so
I know. And like for E-Day quickly, I'm excited because I think that's what these legacy franchises for Microsoft should do. I think they should make prequels instead of sequels. Gears 4 and 5 are good, not necessary. I would rather them make prequels. Halo 4, 5, and Infinite, I don't like them that much. I wish they would have just made prequels like Reach. So
yeah, I think we're at that point now with the big Xbox stuff where it's like, no, I liked Halo 4 and I liked Infinite. 5 wasn't very good, but the games just haven't been, overall that successful. So I think it's smart to just be like, yeah, we're gonna remake the old stuff. We're gonna re-release the old stuff or do a prequel. And I think it makes the most sense.
For Halo, it makes sense because there's a whole group of players that if they didn't have Xboxes have never played them. And I think
Right.
I think them somehow getting the Master Chief Collection onto PlayStation and launching that with a Halo 3 remaster would be brilliant. And I just don't know why hopefully that's what's next. And then maybe if they want to make a brand new Halo game, it can be some sort of prequel earlier than Reach or something, They have an entire book franchise. Like pick something from that,
Sure. Yeah. Tycho, you have really not been a Halo fan, really. So is that something that you like, with it being a remake of the first game, something that you would ever be interested in? Especially since it's coming out on I know you're not an Xbox person, but it's coming out now on PlayStation, which you have.
Yeah, well, I played a bit of the first one. I played probably a few hours of it on the Master Chief Collection on my brother's PC a while back, and yeah, I don't know. I feel like it would be cool to see what they can do with it, like on a current gen console with a remake. But I really, unless they like significantly change the gameplay, I did not like. Like I get that it was like the first one of these kinds of games, like it kind of redefined what a first person shooter is, but like it really felt very basic to me, and I was finding it hard to be engaged in it for a long time. So if it's just kind of that again, like, yeah, no, I kind of know what to expect. Like I played it, I experienced it, like I get it, but yeah, I guess I wasn't super interested in the remake. I think it's really cool that it's happening and that it's coming to PlayStation. But yeah, it's not super exciting for me personally. I probably won't be playing it.
The biggest like gameplay thing they're like adding, I think, is sprint, because sprint wasn't in the original one, so they're going to add the sprint option, which a lot of the OG fans are not happy about that. I have played Halo since it came out. I do not care. Add sprint. It makes it feel more modern. It does not matter to me whatsoever. So I think they're adding like the PC exclusive like flamethrower. So I think that's
they're also doing, because they're adding sprint and everything, they're doing things like it looks like they're like not like expanding certain areas, but making it like they're
They do have
adapting it
to
to it.
change.
It's not like it's
Yeah,
not like
they
it's
do
like
have to
one for one
change
the
stuff,
same.
like
Right.
some
But,
of the
like,
layout
landscape
level
and, like,
layouts, or
yeah, the layouts and the amount of enemies and things like that, they're like gonna like update it to where it's like, it's balanced correctly. It's not just like,
yeah,
they added sprint, but it's the same game because you would have to tweak things a little bit.
yeah,
Mm.
yeah. That's really about it. Otherwise, it's going to be the exact same game, same story, and yeah, the story of the first Halo is kind of like it is kind of basic. It really picks up after that, but yeah.
Next, we have a trio of Marvel games. It's pretty interesting that should have 3 Marvel games coming out this year. But the first one is 1943: Rise of Hydra.
I completely forgot about that.
Yeah, that's
I must
Amy
have too.
Hennig's new game, where you there's Captain America and Black Panther, which I love that. Obviously taking place in 1943, World War II. Super cool. The only thing is we haven't seen gameplay. And
Which is why I forgot about it. We haven't really
Yes.
seen anything from it. So
Yeah.
And Amy Hennig hasn't launched a game in a long time. So hopefully this actually comes out and is good. But I'm excited. I'll try anything Amy Hennig does. For people who don't know, she's done
What was
Uncharted.
the last?
Is Uncharted the last thing she shipped? Mac? I think it is. Right?
So-
Which Uncharted?
So she was one of the directors on 1, 2, and 3. Like she was like the lead director on those games. Then she wrote Battlefield Hardline, which came out in 2015, which I assume that would be the campaign for that. And then
that's very random.
she's credited for that PlayStation game, Forspoken, but so is Gary Whitta, who wrote Rogue One, and to my understanding from what Gary Whitta said is that game was fucked with a lot. So I don't think it's even whatever she did on that. I don't think it's any real part of it. So
Right.
But so yeah, Uncharted. As far as directing, it would be Uncharted 3, and then writing Battlefield Hardline, and that was 11 years ago. So
It's been a long time since she made a game. And to defend her a little bit, there's been lots of problems. I don't necessarily know if it's fair to pin it all on her. She was in development of a Star Wars game that got canceled, and it's just a shame. But I think she is a great game director. And I know she's made the Legacy of Kain series, which everybody loves. Lots of people love that. But I did just pick up the remasters recently. I have not played them yet. But
if it's about Hydra with Cap and Black Panther, if it actually comes out, I'd be interested.
Yeah, I didn't know that was a this year thing.
Yeah, we'll see.
It'll probably get pushed. I can't imagine they'll launch that with Wolverine at the same time.
Yeah, and having seen any gameplay from it yet, like, I don't know. I find it hard to believe that would be coming out within a year. But
yeah, I'm on the Wikipedia page and it says Rise of Hydra is scheduled to release, and then this is in quotes, beyond early 2026.
Yeah, I bet. Mm-hmm. That sounds like before 2030.
Yeah.
Yeah, that might be a mid 2027 game, I feel.
We'll see. But before we get into Wolverine, there is another Marvel game, which is, Team, you're going to have to correct me if I'm pronouncing it correctly, but Marvel Tokon Fighting Souls?
That's
right. How you pronounce that? Yeah, and it's a fighting game. And I love fighting games. Love Marvel. So this just seems really interesting to me. If you've seen any of the trailers. T-Mac, I know this was on your list as well. If you want to talk about it a little bit.
The art style is just crazy. It's
art style is really cool.
Iron Man's in like a Gundam suit and stuff. It's just very Japanese. Like you go look up like what Doom looks like and stuff. Like it just, everyone looks so cool. And it's from Arc System Works. They're like one of the most popular fighting game devs out there right now. Like I'm trying to think of all the stuff that they've done, because they've done like a million different things. But I think they do like the Grand Blue games, but they also did what's it called? They did like one of the Dragon Ball fighters, not the 3D one that came out last year, but one of the other Dragon Ball fighters that's like crazy popular. But they're really good. They make a lot of games, and I'm trying to see what the other Guilty Gear and Blaze Blue, and then Dragon Ball Fighters.
Right.
Fighter Z is how it's like spelled, but but they're like they're one of the most like for lack of a better word, like sweaty fighting game developers. Like people that play their
Right.
games are like hella into them. So, and again, I think this was like a big surprise when it was revealed last year. Like, because for it to be like a PlayStation published like exclusive fighting game for Marvel, like it's pretty crazy. But it looks
Yeah.
awesome.
For sure. I also think that it's a lot different from other Marvel stuff that has been coming out recently. So
It's just defined by its art
game's
style,
right. Yeah, for sure. But the next game, I think this is the first one that all four of us are interested in. So this is really cool. But it's Insomniac's Wolverine. And we all love Insomniac in some way, shape, or form. I think both Spider-Man games, Miles Morales, excellent. Obviously, I mean, T-Mac probably sit here and talk about early Insomniac for hours, but they've always been a great game developer, and I'm really liked what they did with Spider-Man, and this is the same universe, so I'm excited to see what they do with Wolverine. And the Elite gameplay looks very good, I thought. So we will see. I'd like to see some more, but it's also supposedly scheduled for late this year, so we will see if it's going to interfere with GTA 6 or not. Maybe one of those will be pushed, but I'm very excited. This is probably number 3 for me on the year for most anticipated.
Mm-hmm.
I think I mentioned before, but GTA was number 1 for me.
Yeah.
But yeah,
this is my number
excited.
1. This is my number 1, I think.
I didn't.
I just love
but...
I love Insomniac. Like I just Spyro the Dragon was the first game that I ever played when I was like 3 or 4 years old. So it was the first game that was like mine, Like my siblings played a lot of games. Like I experienced other games probably before Spyro, but Spyro was the first one where I was like, oh, I'm a fan of this. Like this is my video game. And then when the PS2 came out, I eventually moved on to Ratchet. And I remember the first time I got Ratchet, like I bought Ratchet not even knowing it was an Insomniac game. Because when you're younger, you're not totally conscious of that. But then I remember
some people still aren't as adults.
Right, and I remember putting in the disc to play it on PS2 and seeing Insomniac, and I was like, oh, like it's the same as Spyro. And then obviously they made Resistance. That's actually a blind spot for me. I have not played Resistance, but I've played every Ratchet game, every Spyro game. I loved Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart. I loved both Spider-Mans. I loved Miles Morales. So, and the combat, I mean, like the cinematic. It wasn't really a cinematic. There was kind of some gameplay in there too. They didn't show like the HUD and stuff, but a lot of like the movements of like Wolverine like leaping towards enemies and stuff like that. And he's got the motorcycle and shit. Like
so cool.
And because the big question about this game was like, are they gonna go violent with it? But it's like obviously it's Wolverine, you have to do that, and it's just time. Also, this game was revealed in 2021. It lost a director along the way. They had to switch directors. I believe it's the Rift Apart two directors that are doing it. They ended up with it, but so it's in good hands. But yeah, I can't wait. I hope it doesn't get pushed, but I understand like GTA is just going to be the biggest thing ever, so it might be beneficial for them to push, but we'll wait and see.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I feel like for me, I don't really have too much to say, so it kind of seems like I'm underselling it, but I was praising Bond before, and this I would actually place above Bond for me with how I'm excited for it. But it's just, I think it's really because Insomniac Spider-Man is so good. Because I like Wolverine, but I'll be honest, 90% of me liking Wolverine is Hugh Jackman. A big reason why I didn't read X-Men comics for a long time is Wolverine. I just didn't find him very interesting in the comics. So, and Hugh Jackman kind of changed that for me, where then I went back and read some X-Men comics, and he's a good character. He's just never been one of my favorites. But Insomniac also took characters that I previously didn't think were very interesting, like Doc Ock, and make them into very interesting characters. I think Insomniac's Doc Ock is the best I've ever seen Doc Ock portrayed. Even Spider-Man 2. Sam Raimi's Spider-Man 2. I prefer the Insomniac version, I'm being honest. But I'm excited to see what they do with Wolverine. I trust them completely, so I'm sure it'll be great. And like T-Max said, from the little bit we have seen of the gameplay plus the leaked stuff, it did look really good.
Yeah.
So, and Spider-Man is one of those games where I will put on all the time just to swing around the city. And, I was about to say commit crimes. That is not what Spider-Man does.
Well, kind
But,
of, but yeah.
And just like
saving people.
just like those older X-Men games back on like the original Xbox and stuff, and like Spider-Man as well. Always
X-Men
had
Origins Wolverine. I remember loving that game as a kid.
Yeah, it's a good game.
It's so fun.
I always had fun with those games. So that's why I was so hyped for the Spider-Man games, and now I'm hyped for this too. It just reminds me of that. Except this is going to be way more violent. So I think it'll be very good. I loved the cutscene. I loved seeing that it was going to be violent. So I'm excited. And every now and again, like Marvel will put a game out that I play and that I always like. I feel like I'm the only person in the world that likes Marvel Ultimate Alliance.
Oh, I love that game.
I liked Ultimate
That was
Alliance.
great.
Yeah.
Ultimate Alliance 1 and 2 are some of my favorite games of all time. And
Carnage is so fun in that game, bro. He's so good.
I need to get 3 now that I have my Switch 2. I need to track that down and play.
Oh yes, it's fun. It's fun. I enjoyed it.
I haven't
beat it.
I haven't played it, so I need to do that. But yeah, I'm always here for like some fun Marvel game, and like DC as well. If DC makes a good game, I'm always here to like check them out. So
it sucks when I was making this list. I was like looking. I was like, what's the deal? Is there going to be an Injustice 3? And it's like, who knows? And I would love that, but
just let Rocksteady go back to an Arkham game. That's a real Arkham game.
Yeah, for sure. Not this kill the Justice League shit.
Yeah. I'm really excited to see Wolverine, like, because like Insomniac Spider-Man's like my favorite game of all time. I think something about that combat, it just like, and I love all 3 of the Spider-Man games. I'm just thinking like a combat system with that much polish, that much creativity, that much flair, but like with Wolverine instead, where like the finishers are just like extremely brutal. It's just going to be so much fun, and it's going to be kind of a different way to experience that same kind of combat.
I would say easily top 5, probably top 3, maybe even higher than that. Insomniac's combat system for Spider-Man is one of the best combat systems in any game I've ever played. So
I mean, dude, even in like the
Wolverine
Ratchet
game will feel amazing.
The way that's what I always loved about Ratchet. It's like there's so many wacky weapons and gadgets, and they use a lot of that in Spider-Man. There's all the tech that he has.
Right.
And stuff. It's like they're just the studio like built for stuff like this. And I know Wolverine isn't as like gadgety, obviously, but it's like, I don't know, if you can like ride around on the bike and like jump off the bike and start fucking people up, like it's it's gonna be so cool.
I love the Arkham stuff so much, and what they do with Spider-Man combat wise feels like an evolution of that Rocksteady like Arkham combat. So
yeah, for sure.
It just gives me hope for like what an actual Batman Rocksteady game would be like in today. Like, because I feel like it would be a similar combat style to this as well. So, and I'm excited to see it with Wolverine. I'm excited to see him stab people to death.
Yeah.
And like, excited to see like Sabretooth probably, and just like the characters that
other Marvel characters, that have been revealed.
What other X-Men are like Jean, Cyclops, like what other X-Men are going to be in it? Gambit, like any of these guys,
Yeah.
So
Wolverine has always been that character, kind of like Hulk for me for the Avengers, where he's like just like a kind of one-note character compared to someone like Cyclops and Jean Grey that have so much depth to them. I know that's not entirely fair, because then you look at something like Old Man Logan or the movie Logan, which takes inspiration from, and just amazing, So it's not entirely fair to say. But that's why I think Insomniac can do something good with Wolverine, because they did something great with Spider-Man. I don't think there's a single character that Insomniac did where I was like, this is not a good representation of that character. All of their characters they nail.
There's one more like old Marvel game from back in the day that that's based on a character that I would love Insomniac to do next. Punisher. That Punisher game.
Old Punisher game.
Or the Xbox, bro.
Yeah.
And like PlayStation. Incredible. So be cool to see him do that. Or maybe like a Deadpool. I feel like those are like very video game friendly characters. So I'm excited. I hope this does well, and I hope Insomniac continues to get the rights to just do whatever characters they want to in the future.
Yeah.
Next we have another Disney-owned game property because we have Star Wars Galactic Racer. And I remember we reacted to the Game Awards live, and I was like, "This racing slop." And then I saw a pod racer. I was like, "What? What is this?" And then you see Sebulba, and I'm like, "This is crazy." So, again, I'm not the hugest racing fan, so this is definitely like lower on the priority list. But it's also Star Wars, so that raises it a bit. So, I'm excited. This should be fun. I enjoyed the episode 1 pod racing game.
It was fun.
That was pretty fun. So it's weird because I say I don't like racing games, but like in Knights of the Republic, I'm doing all those swoop bike races all the time, bro.
Just make this Mario Kart Star Wars. Put it on the Switch. Print money. Like that's so easy.
I mean, apparently it's the same
that,
devs as Burnout. I'm pretty sure, or at least same like studio.
Oh.
So
that might be even crazier.
Yeah, I don't know if you know Foregone, but it's Crash Bandicoot. Then they had Crash Team Racing. Then they had Jack and Daxter, and then they made Jack X.
Greatest game ever made.
Everybody said they should make Uncarded, which would be a kart racing game for Uncharted characters. I would love it.
If I didn't want to mess the recording up, I would leave recording this. That is the worst idea I have ever heard.
No, stop!
It's so good.
I think I'm with.
You know what's better? You know what's better than that? Back in like the old like Mortal Kombat Deception and like I think it was Deception, maybe Armageddon. They used to have these mini games, and one of them was a big head mode version of the characters in tiny little like racing cars, and you just raced around the maps. That would be better. Bringing that back would be better than Uncharted.
Bro, it's funny you say that. It's funny you say all that because listen, Jack and Daxter, it had big head mode. Uncharted, you could play as Donut Drake. Nathan Drake, so they could do it. They could do it.
I hate this with Nathan Drake making sly little comments like, "Oh, if I could."
Imagine Joel. That's my favorite Nathan Drake quote. Yeah.
Imagine Joel in a cart ahead of you, and you just like snipe him. Like
just throw a golf club at him.
Again?
Right. They could do all sorts of fun stuff. Like,
I'm only playing it if I can bash his head in with that.
I think there needs to be. They would have Uncharted and Last of Us characters. They could do Jack and Crash. Well, they can't do Crash now. But they could do Jack too. Yeah,
like, who cares?
Bro, they could do some like Jack and Daxter would be a great guest character. I think that's what it would be, like the singular, just Jack and Daxter, but as the same like character. But I would think there could be so many. Think about it, Foregone. They could do the absolute legends of Uncharted and Last of Us, like Robert and and Jeff and Jeff and
the guy
Navarro.
on the horse. What's the famous horse quote, bro? What is it?
Tenzin. What? Yeah. Salim?
Yeah, what's he say?
Yeah, he'll be like, why are we here? Why are we in this kart racing game? Like that'll be
Eddie Raja. Fantastic. He's like, come on, man. Yeah. He's got his gold gun.
Exactly. Yeah, you can play as a descendant. You can play as the Yetis from Uncharted 2. I want to play as the.
There's a lot to work with. There is.
Very, very tiny, slight spoilers for T-Mac. But you could play as the little Indian girl from Lost Legacy. That could be a playable character. Like, come on,
that's not a spoiler at all.
How is that a spoiler?
Yeah, just there's.
A race around as a clicker, you start screaming at people, like a bloater, like
that'd be crazy. This just keeps getting Uncarded. Worse. Uncarded might be the best game ever made, if it's ever made.
Bro,
I
just looked it up. It was from in Mortal Kombat Armageddon. It was called Motor Combat.
See, look, that's great. That's great. I love that.
That's better than Uncarded.
All right, Foregone, we pushed you away. Now we're reeling you back in because for my number 2 most anticipated game of the year, after GTA, right after GTA, we have Tomb Raider: Legacy of Atlantis. And I am so excited. I can't tell you. Everybody was saying the Game Awards this year was mid, and I was like, fuck that, because Tomb Raider. I know one game does not make an award show, of course, but I was so
Yeah, we had 2
excited.
games.
True, you're spitting.
I think what's
But-
more exciting is that you have a new phone wallpaper now. I think that's more
Yes,
exciting.
I do actually. You want to see it? Here,
Mhm.
we can
I already
see.
saw it.
For our audio
Yeah.
only listeners.
Yeah, we have Lara Croft standing, looking at the landscape. And
Her
then-
face is
Oh,
not pointed
yeah.
toward the camera, by the
Yeah,
way.
was
Okay,
she
and that
looking at
one
a
is.
landscape?
Yeah, then we have my lock screen. It's Lara again.
At the back of the
So-
knees on the other one, though. That one's better.
Yeah, for sure. But I'm a huge Tomb Raider fan. One day I'll show you guys my Tomb Raider shrine of so much Lara Croft merch. It's insane. But I am super excited for this unified idea of Lara Croft. I know T-Mac and Psycho, who don't really play Tomb Raider, are probably sick of me talking about unified Lara. I feel like I talk about it so much.
I don't know if
But
you've
I
ever
just-
said unified Lara before. I have never heard you say that.
Well,
I have no idea
I
what
said
you
it on
mean.
I said it on our Game Awards thing, but then I also
Oh,
say it
I
on
don't
Figure
listen to
Ball all the
anything
time.
you say, so that would explain.
Yeah, exactly. So that's but yeah, I'm so excited for them to unite or unify all of Lara's past games. So the original games, the Legends trilogy, and then the Survivor trilogy into one backstory.
Hmm.
Just so cool. And that starts with the remake of the first game. She looks great, the iconic costume. The twin pistols are back, T-Rexes are back, dinosaurs are back. I'm so excited. I couldn't be more excited. And then this will basically just lead right into the next one. So, but before we do that, Forgone, if you want to just say anything, 'cause I know you're in the
Oh,
same boat
man.
as me for sure.
I've been a massive Tomb Raider fan for my whole life, so I'm just glad the franchise is not dying. Seemed like it was like on life support before that Survivor trilogy came out, and I love those games. So yeah, I'm very, very excited to get a new Tomb Raider to carry us into like the next generation of gaming, and I'm really excited that they've combined all the eras into one. I think that's awesome. It's just a perfect thing to do. So, and the model looks good, and yeah, I'm glad she's back to like some of the things that made her famous. I know in the Survivor trilogy, people got upset because she didn't have the twin pistols and all this kind of stuff. So I'm excited to have all that back. I cannot wait to play it. I cannot wait for these other 3 to finally see why I say Tomb Raider is better than Uncharted. Sloppers.
Hold on, bro, not me. I played to the Tomb Raider games. I know it's not better than Uncharted, but it's neat.
You're holding it. Nah, I'm
As a
kidding.
game, arguably, it's better, but the story is much better.
Oh
than
yeah,
Uncharted.
the Survivor gameplay is better than Uncharted, -4. I do think 4 is better gameplay, but overall,
I don't
think
know,
the
man. I
Survivor
couldn't tell you
trilogy-
anything interesting about the gameplay in Uncharted 4 other than like jumping off things and punching guys. But like the
See,
combat in Tomb
you just
Raider is like
hate
really
Naughty
fun.
Dog games now.
I just
Okay.
think they're like fine. I don't think. I mean, other than like the combat system in Last of Us 2, like I think the gameplay is just like it's fine. You know, it's nothing to write home about.
I don't know.
I think that-
No, I don't know. I don't know.
It's just
there's-
like
there's
it's smooth,
definitely,
it's slick. It's just not like super remarkable, I guess.
But yeah, I'm just excited to have Tomb Raider back again. And
Yeah, so
I've been thinking about replaying the OG since they have that
Yeah.
remastered.
Yeah,
Exactly,
I picked
and-
those up because I want to try them out.
I'm excited if we decide to do that sometime this year. If T-Mac's gonna go through them, that would be a lot of fun. I'm hyped for T-Mac to play the series, but that leads right into the next game because we finished 2026, but there's only 3 games that are locked definitively for 2027, and one of those is Tomb Raider Catalyst. And crazy that they announced Tomb Raider games, two of them. But what I love is that this is pushing the story forward because the Survivor trilogy is essentially a new origin story for Lara. I love that Catalyst is the most recent game since Tomb Raider Underworld, like to push the story forward. And Lara is voiced by Alex Wilton Regan in both games. Forgot to mention that, and I think she's great. Samantha Trainer in Mass Effect, the Inquisitor in Dragon Age Inquisition. So I'm really excited to see the story be pushed forward. And like Forgone was saying, I know the story or people didn't like certain things, like not having pistols, not having the iconic outfit. But that stuff never bothered me because it was an origin story. This is like, okay, it's proper Lara. So
Yeah,
I'm very
this is what
hyped.
we're used to. This is what she's going out within the adventures, and yeah, I'm glad to get a continuation, like a new story for her, not like
Right.
a retread, hopefully, and just moving it forward, and yeah, I love that. We need Laura Croft, and I think it's it's lining up with the TV show they're doing. That's also
Yes,
coming as
for sure.
well.
Also
So,
unified. Love it.
but yeah, that's also interesting. So who knows? I just love Tomb Raider, bro. It's just like a classic, and how can you not like Tomb Raider?
Uh, for our audio listeners, T Mac is gone right now, which is a shame because the next two
Nope,
games,
he's back.
I know he should be okay. Is he back?
He's trying to
Camera's
get.
low.
Nope.
I'm trying to be.
He's invisible.
He's audio only at the moment.
There you go.
There we go. There we go. Okay. Well, the next game is Exodus, and I'm excited for this. This is Casey Hudson's new game and his new team, and this we don't know much about, but from what we did see, I think it was 2 Game Awards ago. Correct me if I'm wrong, T-Matt. Do you know?
This is the game with Matthew McConaughey.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't
I
even
don't-
know what this
I don't
is,
remember.
but Matthew McConaughey.
Well, and also, Foregone, you know who Casey Hudson is, right?
No, I don't.
Writer, Mass Effect,
Yeah, I know.
and
He's
KOTOR.
showing his
For Drew-
shirt right now.
I know.
for
Drew-
audio
For our
listeners.
audio only listeners, I'm showing my KOTOR shirt, and Zoo did not
Yeah.
pick up on the.
Uh,
on the
okay, I didn't.
subject.
I didn't see your sarcasm.
Really? Also, really
my bad.
quickly,
But yeah,
I don't.
Drew
Exodus-
Kaparshin, of course.
Exodus is not a Casey Hudson game.
No. Hold on, because I think I'm confusing it with Drew Kaparshin. That's why. Because I noticed when I was saying that, I was saying Drew Kaparshin. That's what it is.
Yes, he is on that. Yes, you're
Yes.
correct.
My bad. That's what it was. I always confuse the
out.
two. I'm sorry. No,
Well,
but
it's funny though. I googled it really quickly, and there are people talking about how like apparently a Casey Hudson canceled game looked like Exodus. So
yeah, but
that could be.
yeah, but I don't know, Forgan, if you've read any of like the Mass Effect books or the KOTOR books. But
yeah, I've read the entire Old Republic era. So
oh, okay. But yeah, I think that he's just a great writer. So I am excited to see what he does in a new game because if I look it up, I'm curious.
He's wrote
The
Mass
last-
Effect, Star Wars, tons of stuff.
Yeah, the last thing that I've seen him write might have been Mass Effect 2 because I know Mass Effect 3 I know he wasn't involved with. That was just Casey Hudson. But
He
might have
wrote
been Mass
Anthem.
Effect 2. Oh well. Everybody has a mistake, I guess. Yeah, but I'm excited because he is a good writer. I can't believe I got him confused with Casey Hudson. That's so stupid. But of course, they're both BioWare legends.
Yeah, adjacent.
But yeah, great writer. So I'm excited for sure. But the last game that we have confirmed, technically this isn't really even confirmed. It's just prominent leakers are saying that for this. It's Intergalactic, the Heretic Prophet, and obviously the inspiration for starting this podcast was Naughty Dog. So we all love Naughty Dog games. We don't really know too much about this relative to other things because of the fact that we haven't seen gameplay. We've only seen 2 trailers? One, and I enjoyed it. I like Tati Gabrielle. She plays, I can't think of her name, but she plays a character in the Uncharted movie that is essentially Nadine from Uncharted 4.
And she's Nora in the show
Yes.
Last of Us.
And she's
Season 2.
Nora in The Last of Us. And this is what Neil Druckmann does. He finds an actor and he likes it and he puts them in a bunch of things. I know what's his face from Better Call Saul that played Joel's dad.
Yeah, he
he's-
played Lalo Salamanca in Better Call
Yes.
Saul.
Yeah, he's gonna be in Tony. Fuck, what's his last name?
Alton?
Yes, I think you're right, Tony Dalton.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's gonna be in Intergalactic. So it's always reusing
Is he?
actors. Yep.
Even more hype.
And Kumail.
Yeah, I think Foregone. I think I told you that Caitlin Deaver was in the Uncharted epilogue, and she's also Abby in The Last of Us. So just very, very cool to see, you know, actors. I mean, movie directors do that all the time. Nolan works with people, Tarantino works with people, like just that always happens. So makes sense, Neil working with the same people and over again. But it's Naughty Dog's first new IP since The Last of Us, and that was 13 years ago. So it's exciting to see what they have done. For me, Crash Bandicoot was great. Jack and Daxter improved upon it. Uncharted improved upon that. Last of Us improved upon that. That's crazy. So I think Naughty Dog, loving all four of their franchises.
Crazy how all four of those franchises are the exact same game.
No.
I think that Naughty Dog has just improved constantly. And even if you want to talk about games, because they did Last of Us, then did Uncharted 4, and then did Last of Us Part 2, I think Uncharted 4 is even better than the first Last of Us. So they really have improved essentially with every game. The only game I can say that definitively is Jack X, because I've put about an hour into that game, if that. So I can't speak on that. But if we're talking to Team Mac, he would say Jack X definitely improved. So
It's the greatest game ever made.
I do think they have improved with every single game they've made. So will Intergalactic improve upon The Last of Us 2? I don't know. That's hard for me to say because Last of Us 2 is my favorite game of all time, and in my opinion, the best game ever made. So I don't know about that. But I'm willing to see. And even if that is such a high bar, it doesn't need to be better than The Last of Us Part 2. It just needs to be great. And it's a Naughty Dog game made by Neil Druckmann. Sure, it's going to be great. Very excited to see what happens going forward.
It's like the game of my dream. Like I'm so excited for them to do sci-fi again, because I guess Jack is kind of fantasy, but it also kind of has sci-fi stuff in it too. And in the trailer at the end when she jumps towards the enemy with the laser sword or whatever, it's like that's an enemy straight out of the Art of Naughty Dog book that they released, I think, like for their 30th anniversary, I want to say.
Last of Us is technically sci-fi, bro.
Sure, yeah, sure. But you know what I mean, like really deep-rooted sci-fi, and it's right. That enemy that I was just talking about is like straight out of like Jack and Daxter concept art that they wanted to do for Jack 4 that just never happened. So it's like cool that like Jack and Daxter is my favorite Naughty Dog franchise, even though I think Last of Us 2 is probably the best game they've made. But I still just in my heart I've always been a Jack kid. I love those characters. I love that world. So it's cool to see them use some concept art of something that never came to be. And I don't know, I'm just excited. That'll probably, when that game comes out, I'll probably take like a week off work to play it. Like I'm so excited for it. Like it's it's very rare where like a game comes out that you're just so excited for it. I get like that with the Final Fantasy VII remake games. I get that way with Zelda, but Naughty Dog as well. It's like all I can think about. And it's like you were saying, like there's been a bunch of leaks. It's looking like the game is slated for middle 2027, which would make sense. They usually release their games in the summertime. So
yeah, T-Mac and I were going over this. Is like their last four games have all been in the summer. So
yeah, and it would make sense to me. They revealed it at the end of 2024. I'm sure they've been cooking away on it. So it makes sense to me that mid.
I mean, Neil Druckmann literally left the Last of Us show to put more of his time and effort into this. So yeah.
Not to mention it kind of got delayed a bit
because it should be worth it.
Not to mention it had kind of gotten delayed a bit because they were working on The Last of Us Online that got canceled. So that was resources that were taken away for a while. But yeah, I can't wait. I can't wait for it. I'm sure it'll be divisive and controversial when it comes out because people just can't relax. But I don't give a shit. I'm excited as hell.
Yeah, and I think there's a very good chance that it is obviously we don't know those. I said those are only 3 games we know that are definitely coming out in 2027, but there's a good chance this is my most anticipated game of 2027.
Yeah.
Foregone Psycho, what do you got to say about it?
Um, I'm tired. That's what I have to say. I've been zoning out for like the past 20 minutes.
Uh, yeah, I'm excited for it. I can't really speak to anything more than what you guys did. Don't know much about it. Um, yeah, I think it'll be good. I'm interested. It looks like proper sci-fi, which I like a lot. Um, so yeah, I'm
It
pretty hyped
also
for it,
it looks like it's going to be gun and sword combat.
Yes.
which looks pretty
So
cool. I don't know if it'll be my most anticipated of 2027 because I just don't know what's coming out in 27. But it'll probably be in the top 3 for sure. Once we see what gets pushed to 27 from this year and see what gets announced like at like the summer game shows and stuff, it'll probably be up there for sure. And now that you said Salamanca's in it, bro, I love him. He's awesome. So
yeah, he's awesome.
I'm excited to see who he plays. Man, hopefully the villain, I would imagine.
So in the game, it's like it revolves around bounty hunters, and there's like in the trailer, it's like implied that these like 5 or 6 bounty hunters that were like good friends kind of like split ways, and he's like in the picture with like all of them basically. So
Oh,
he's like
And
he's like one of
he's
the
at
crew.
least like a main character. Okay.
Yeah.
crazy, Hallie Gross is an actor in this game. She plays
Yeah,
a
she's in the
character.
trailer. Yeah, she's
Yeah,
like the
really
woman that's
cool.
on the screen that she's talking to with the eye patch.
Yep. Co-writer of Last of Us Part 2.
Yeah, I think it'll be great, man. Naughty Dog, interested, sci-fi, interested. Not much to say about it, other than that, because there's just nothing to know besides the story cinematics.
So the next segment is just a game that we each picked a game that we're interested in that the others aren't. This should be interesting because maybe I'll be interested in something that one of you guys talk about, or vice versa. So that should be fun. But for me, I was deciding which one I wanted to talk about because I know Life is Strange is getting a new game that's like a hype thing, reunion like between Chloe and Max, but I have yet to run through that series, so I don't really have much to say about that. And then I know Avatar, not the blue people, but the Last Airbender is getting a fighting game. That should be fun. And uh, Justin and Nate from Out of the Basement would be remiss if I did not mention the Halloween game that's coming. I'm excited for that. I enjoyed the Friday the 13th game and Texas Chainsaw Massacre. But the thing I really wanted to talk about is such a surprise. I feel like T-Mac and Forgon are going to be like, I can't believe you're talking about this. But I want to talk about Inzoi.
I hate
And
you.
the reason why I want to talk about this for people who don't know, on Figureball, a show that I am on, we played a game where we you have to guess a game, and one of the answers was Inzoi. And T-Mac, I don't know if you were on stream for that, or if you were
I was on
if
it.
you were
Yeah.
on stream. Okay.
Yeah.
So I was like, what is Inzoi? I'm like, what is this? So I looked into it, and it's actually pretty cool. I don't know if you've looked into it at all or know anything about it, but
No.
what Inzoi is, it's a South Korean game that's a very much more realistic looking Sims, essentially. It's a life simulator. And I'm pretty interested in that. I really love Sims. I don't really talk about it, but I'm a pretty big Sims fan. I've been playing Sims since the first one. I own them all. And this just looks right up my alley. I was so shocked that I had not even heard about this until we played that game. But it kind of reminds me of like Second Life, if any of you guys know what that game is.
Yeah.
But it
I know of
looks
it.
yeah, it looks just like a life simulator, and it looks really good, like visually. Like I don't know how the gameplay will be, but visually it looks really good. The graphics look great, and I just like life simulators like that. Me and my friend have always talked about like what a true life simulator would be like, which would be crazy, but obviously impossible to make. But if it was like actually like you have to wake up and like brush your teeth and go to work and do all that, it'd be crazy and probably not fun. And why would you do that? But That's something that I always just thought about. So, and Sims lets you do that, obviously, in just a different way, of course, more streamlined. But I I could not believe that I was actually like, oh, this actually looks really cool. I'm actually interested now, and I'll pick it up because it's something I had never heard of, and it looks really interesting to me.
Yeah, for context, it's
So,
only on PC, but it's coming out on PS5 apparently.
yes,
So
and they said that they're discussing Xbox, and they're pretty sure they said they won't 100% confirm, but they said it's probably going to come on Xbox as well. But yeah, it's just. Have you seen some of the images? Like you're looking through it, like
I was just
it does.
looking. I was just looking. Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like pretty decent, doesn't it? Like
I
physically, like visually rather.
some of it looks a little AI-y, but like maybe it's not. Like maybe that's just like the design.
AI.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like,
Yeah, I
but I also
understand what
see
you mean.
people. I see people dressed up as like Joaquin Phoenix's Joker and stuff like that. So you can make people look how they, however you want.
Yeah. I just think as someone who it's kind of like reminds me of Planet Zoo a couple years ago where Zoo Tycoon was a huge game in my childhood and Planet Zoo was just taking that to like a new level. Even
Right.
something I know Pal World gets a lot of shit and obviously it's not better than Pokemon, but it does like some things differently even though there are some things that are direct ripoffs, but it's like, oh,
The
this is like
designs of certain things. It's like, oh, that's
right.
just Lucario. Like,
Yeah, exactly. But at the same time, it's also like this is Pokemon, but from like a different thing, so it's like fun. So
Yeah.
I figure just like Planet Zoo is Zoo Tycoon, but better. Pal World is Pokemon, but different. And Inzoi, I'm not going to say it's been to be better than Sims, but for someone who's a big Sims fan, I think that could be pretty interesting. So I'm excited, and we'll see how that goes. Psycho, what's your game?
One I've been looking at, I can't even remember when it was announced, sometime last year. I think it was pretty early last year because I feel like I've been looking at this game for a long time, but it's called The Eternal Life of Goldman. I believe it's THQ Nordic who's developing it. It's kind of another like hand-drawn kind of 2D. I don't know if it's a Metroidvania actually. I just know it's a platformer, but the art direction looks really cool. You play as like this little old guy, and it kind of looks like it's got this kind of whimsical but kind of dark kind of tone to it at the same time. It's really hard to like explain. It's like it sounds like a lot of other games like when I'm just explaining it out loud, but if you kind of look into it, like it looks pretty unique, like the way the art is specifically
oh,
the
this
art
looks
direction is
good.
it does look really good.
This looks good.
It's similar to something like Hollow Knight or something like Cuphead, where it is kind of that hand drawn kind of animation, but it kind of has its own vibe to it, and I'm really interested in checking that out. But it's supposed to come out this year. It's slated for this year, but there's no specific release date yet. But I've been keeping my eye on that game, waiting to see when they finally drop a release date for it. Because I love those kinds of games, so I'm really excited to see if this one ends up being good. Because it looks like it should be.
Yeah, I'll go. Shit. Phantom Blade Zero comes out September 9th. It's a PlayStation and Windows game, so like it'll be on PC as well. It's from a Chinese developer S Game. And then they like their first game was a game called Rainblood, and it's all on this Phantom Blade series. I have never played a single one of those ever. There's like 3 Rainblood games, and then a Phantom Blade. It's called Phantom Blade Executioners, and then now this Phantom Blade Zero. Yeah, this game is basically like a Soulsborne kind of a game as well. So I don't particularly like a lot of those, but this one looks really interesting. It's as Zoo blurs out of focus again.
I don't
This
know how
this
I'm
game
not doing anything. I don't.
this game is
It's
kind
so
of
funny.
I couldn't tell if that was his
they have
camera
their
or if
own
it was me falling asleep again. It's hard to tell.
yeah, no, it's this camera. They have their own kind of like combat thing they call like um Kung Fu Punk, basically, where it like combines elements of like martial arts and like steampunk and cyberpunk kind of stuff. So that's like a unique look and unique design, but it's also like heavily inspired by Sekiro, which is like the only true Soulsborne game I've ever played. So a lot of blocking, a lot of parrying and timing and dodging. Then of course it has different types of weapons and all that. So, but there is like difficulty options on this, so that's probably why I'm a little more intrigued because it doesn't seem like it's going to be one of those punishing games where like other Soulsborne games where it's like this is one difficulty. If you suck, you suck. Sorry, you'll never play the game. So it looks really good. They did show this off. One of, not the last direct, maybe a direct before that. They did show like a gameplay of this, and I thought it looked incredible. The world looks cool. It's like really dark and kind of Bloodborne in a way, I guess. And so, and it's cool. It's got a lot of like steampunk design elements in it. So it looks really fun.
That does sound cool.
Yeah, so for me, I just have two, and it's just two Pokemon games. So there's one game coming out pretty soon. When the hell is it? Yeah, so it's in March 5th. Is a game called Pokemon Pokopia. Now, how good this game is going to be, I don't really know. It's a life simulator, so, earlier in the show we talked about Tamagotchi Life. Zoo just talked about Enzoi. You play as like a Ditto that transforms into like, I don't even know, a little boy or a little girl, basically, and you have like a little community and like garden and like your typical life simulator Animal Crossing type of game. So looks pretty interesting. It's not from
I didn't even know about this. That does seem interesting to me.
Yeah, it's not Game Freak doing it. It's some other developer. I think it's Omega Force. I think they've done like Dynasty Warriors games if I remember correctly. But it's a Switch 2 exclusive. So that looks fun. And then the last one is the new Pokemon game that'll come out in November, or probably November. Pokemon games usually launch in November, but it's going to be the 10th generation. So that's pretty crazy, like it makes me feel so fucking old. But it's going to be the 10th generation. There have been the Pokemon company got hacked like some months ago, and the tagline for it is supposed to be Pokemon wins and waves. And apparently it's, and I think Pokemon even they teased like an image some months back of like an island map, like of like the sea, and you can see like a bunch of islands. So it looks like it's going in more of like that Sun and Moon direction, not like Hawaii, but like a Southeast Asia islander kind of adventure. And that's going to be a lot of like on the sea and on jungle based islands and stuff like that. So it sounds really cool. I know Pokemon's kind of controversial because when Scarlet and Violet came out, those games did not run well. They were just a mess on Switch 1, but they've been fixed on Switch 2. So I would like to think this will be fine since the Switch 2 is available. So I'm really excited for it. I'm always day one for Pokemon. It's a franchise I'll probably play until the day that I die. So yeah, really looking forward to that.
Yeah, I think it'll be interesting to see if this ends up being like a Pokemon game that actually looks and functions the way it should when it comes out. I definitely want to try out Scarlet or Violet on Switch 2 since they've improved so much.
That was the sad thing about Scarlet and Violet is like they're really good. Like they're really it's kind of the way that I always envision Pokemon of like being, just one big map and you can kind of go anywhere you want in any order, and there's like 3 different parts of the campaign so you can kind of approach anything how you want. It's really cool. They just like the game would just explode on Switch 1. Like it was just crazy. I mean, anyone listening can just look up clips online of just all the broken shit. It was just crazy.
I bought the dual pack and never finished it because I couldn't even get through Scarlet and I got rid of them.
Yeah, bro. But now it's like if you load them off on Switch 2, they're great. They like run completely fine. Like they're awesome. So.
I'm over the 3D open world era Pokemon. I don't like that. I'm over it.
Yeah, I'm always mixed on it because I'm always going to prefer the sprite-based Pokemon stuff, but it's just, I understand. At a certain point, you got to just, people like 3D. It is what it is, I wish somehow we could still get, sprite-based Pokemon stuff somehow, but it's just, it's just the modernization of things. And I don't know, I'm excited to see how this looks. I still think, if you really like read it into Pokemon, it's really weird because they're a company that, it's the most money-making IP ever. But for whatever reason, like these Pokemon games just don't have huge budgets. So even when they have tech like the Switch 2, like the games are never going to look that good because they just don't, for whatever reason, they don't put that much money into it. And it's a mixture of like Pokemon is on a clock where it's like they try to do the new generation every 3 years because they have the anime, the merchandise, the card game. So it's like all these different things that have to go into it. And that's another reason why Scarlet and Violet didn't run well, because it's just they don't have enough time to even really do it. But
Mhm.
this is the first time that it'll be 4 years since Scarlet and Violet, so they got a little bit longer time on this, and I imagine it's because they wanted to wait for Switch 2. So we'll see how it goes.
Yep.
Yeah, I haven't played properly a regular Pokemon game since Pokemon Black. But
God, what a good place to end too. That's an amazing game.
I did play Let's Play Pikachu. Let's Go Pikachu rather. And I really enjoyed that game.
I mean, those are fun. They're fun
I-
catching games. They're just kind of like kiddie.
Yeah,
but they're
I
fun.
played a very, very tiny amount of Sword. I'd like to get back into that. And then I'd love to play Scarlet one day. But yeah, I'm very behind on Pokemon games. But that's it for that segment. The final segment that we have is something that I was thinking of when I was putting together my list, which is recently there have been lots of video game adaptations, but going forward, there is quite a decent amount that's coming. And I thought I would just want to like rattle these off and talk about any that you guys are interested real quick. So for movies, we have the Super Mario Galaxy movie, which, you know, I'm very excited.
great.
Brie Larson.
It looks
Brie
great.
Larson is Rosalina is great. Benny Safdie as Bowser Jr. is crazy. I was a fan of the first movie. As someone who doesn't really care for Chris Pratt's acting that much, I thought he did a really good job. So that's honestly one of my favorite roles of Chris Pratt. It's crazy, but I really enjoyed that one. So I figured this is like literally the one. We're starting with this, but this is the one I feel like we would have the most to say. A lot of these are they're just rattling off, but this one I feel like we would all be somewhat interested. So
Yeah, I'm
what
there
do you
day
guys have to
one.
say?
I've been
Yeah.
wanting to play the Mario Galaxy games too, so now it's kind of like an excuse. Like,
Yeah,
I'm
fake
gonna-
fan, fake Mario fan.
I know it's the one 3D ones I haven't played, but you know,
Huh.
now I will.
No interest from me. So
I would
Yeah,
say
Florida
I'm
just
like
hater.
slightly interested. I thought the first one was fun, but it really wasn't anything to write home about. It was just like, yeah, that was fun. Like that was a solid, like,
It's a cute movie.
yeah, it's
is.
cute. It's
Like,
a good like kids movie, but
it's what a
wasn't
Mario
crazy.
movie should be, I suppose.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, it worked, but I don't know. I didn't exceed expectations, so I never felt myself like, you know, wanting more really. Like I think I'll watch the next one. I don't know if I'll see it in the theater, but like I think it's cool they're making another one. I'm sure I'll watch it, but yeah, it's not.
Yoshi looks so good. He looks so good.
Yeah, the animation was like
Oh,
absolutely gorgeous for sure.
If they cast Kendrick Lamar's Yoshi, I'll be there day one.
So
That's crazy.
stupid.
It's
So
crazy.
stupid. Crazy.
Next, Forgon, I know you are interested in this, is Mortal Kombat 2.
1,000%. I'll be there day
Johnny
one.
Cage, Katana, and Jade introducing to the movie.
Shao Kahn.
universe.
I'm so pissed. I'm so pissed it got delayed. I wonder if that is because of some of the blowback about Jade being bald, which does not bother me one bit. But people were very upset about that.
Yeah. Also, Tati
it's-
Gabrielle just is bald in a lot of her things because she
Yeah,
is like
people were
it doesn't
very
bother me.
upset
I don't know
about
why
that.
people get very
Doesn't
upset.
bother me at all. I'm very excited. Carl Urban being Johnny Cage was strange, but
Crazy.
I love him
So good.
I'm
That's
I
gonna
love
love it.
perfect casting. I think that's
Yes,
perfect.
I agree.
I'm gonna love it. I selfishly I wanted that to be the Miz from wrestling because he's just like the perfect piece of shit, cheesy, like he would have been perfect, but Carl Urban is a much better actor. So I hope they kill Cole. I hope Cole dies brutally in the first
I'm
5
sure he
minutes
will.
of the movie.
I'm sure he
What
will.
a slop character and what a way to that first movie is so good, but every time Cole's on screen it's ruined. So whatever.
You're spitting.
I love Mortal Kombat.
The last one that we actually really know stuff about because the other ones don't really know anything else is Resident Evil. And
Street Fighter?
What?
Street Fighter, the Street Fighter movie.
Well, wait on that. But yeah, Resident Evil. I am excited for this because Zach Cregger. Zach Cregger directed Barbarian and Weapons. I'm a longtime fan of him because of The Whitest Kids You Know. His first movie, Miss March, was not great, but his other movies, Barbarian and Weapons, excellent are movies. I'm so excited to see what he does with Resident Evil because I understand they have their fans, but I am someone who is not a fan of the Resident Evil movies that have existed so far. I haven't seen all of them, but the ones I've seen, I just thought were not really that good and really have nothing to do with the franchise, to be honest. So
Yeah.
I know
I didn't know he was
Psycho,
doing this, so I'll be.
yeah,
I'll be
that's his next movie. So Psycho, I know you've been playing Resident Evil, and T-Mac, I know you played a bit, and obviously I know me, you, and Forgon are all like Zach Kreger. So I figured this would be a movie that like we all have at least somewhat interest in.
Yeah, because he
Um,
understands humor, and Resident Evil is kind of funny. So it's like I feel like
Yeah.
it'll just it's
Right.
kind of it's a perfect match. And he makes scary movies too. His movies are scary, but they're just filled with funny moments too. So it's kind of to me it's perfect, like a perfect match.
Yeah, I didn't know he was doing it. I'll be there day one. I'm not a big Resident Evil guy, so if it's better than the other movies, that's great. I played like 30 minutes of Resident Evil 4 in my life, so
Yeah, Mila Jovovich, but she's gonna be in
Trash.
Hitman. She's gonna be in Hitman
Trash.
this month. So crazy.
Crazy.
Yeah, but then like you said, there's Street Fighter. I don't really have much to say about that, just because
I'm not interested. I just think it's
I'm
fun.
not a huge Street Fighter fan. However, I really do love the original Street Fighter movie. I hate that I love it, but I do. I just have such a soft spot for that. It's so funny to me. I mean, just the casting is so great. So
so bad.
it's
I
so
think
bad,
that-
but it's good. It's so
The
bad.
new
It's
movie
good.
looks
I love
good. It looks like they completely
It
understand.
does have
the
a crazy
tone.
cast. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the cast is
For
pretty
sure.
wild. It'll be cool to see Cody and Roman and Momoa and those guys, but I
Yes,
probably
absolutely.
won't watch this. I might watch
Oh
clips,
no,
but I don't know. I'll watch
bro
this.
is a Mortal Kombat diehard. He's like, nah, fuck Street Fighter. I mean, I'm
Mortal
with you.
Kombat
Mortal
is the
Kombat over
only
Street
fight.
Fighter all the time,
It's the greatest fighting game of all time. It's not even close.
for sure. But the last one is The Legend of Zelda, and I could not believe when this was announced. I'm like, oh my god, it's getting a movie. Like what the hell? That's so weird to me. But I think I don't know the names of the actors who were cast, but I think they look good in what we've seen. I know I can't think of the actress's name, but T Mac and Forgon help me out. The actress from Severance is going to be in it, which is pretty cool.
Oh yes.
Yeah, I forget her name.
Well, the
I
funny
thought she
thing is,
was-
she actually wasn't even officially announced. She was just in a leaked photo,
Yes,
like a set
true.
photo, and it's like clearly her as
Yeah,
like Impa,
yeah.
Impa, like clearly.
Mhm.
I'm
But
not a Zelda fan. Never played. Have no clue.
Forgon just hates Nintendo. Just
breaking
hates
my heart.
GTA.
He
Hates
just hates
Uncharted.
fun. He just doesn't like fun. That's what I think.
I would have watched this movie if they cast Hunter Schafer, but they didn't, so not for me.
She's great too. But
The cool thing about it is that it's Wes Ball directing. He did the last Planet of the Apes, and that was excellent. And before that, he did like the Maze Runner movies, which aren't great, but I don't know that I really put that on him as much as it just being
yeah, that's like a
kind of a plug-in director for like a franchise that's not very
exactly.
I don't want to say it's not very good. I'm sure people like it. It's young adult, it's not, but it's not the most sophisticated stuff. But Planet of the Apes movie he did was fucking awesome. So it's like,
Sure.
I question how you do Link because he's a mute character, but maybe he won't be. But also Nintendo's very heavily involved with this, so I imagine Miyamoto and the people at Nintendo wouldn't let some weird, like, the movie not be right, So
It needs to be a nice balance because Ubisoft essentially had full reign for their Assassin's Creed movie, and I was like, you don't know how to make a movie because this is garbage.
well, with Nintendo
So-
though, you have to think about the original Mario movie in the 80s basically scared them off for doing movies
Right.
for like 30 plus years.
Mm-hmm.
And then finally with Illumination in the Mario movie recently, they really pushed for that and were very heavily involved. So I think they're probably watching with very close and careful eyes, if I had to guess.
Yeah.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
I'm sure. Of course there's other ones, but there's things that like we don't know much about, so it doesn't like I know Sonic the Hedgehog and Minecraft are both getting sequels, but I mean
God of
those
War
are
has
just
like been getting the cast like every day. It's been getting new
Yes, well,
cast
that's-
members every day.
that was like I said, finish the movies, but that was the very last thing that I wanted to talk about was what Amazon has done is they have essentially been getting these games and making TV series about them, but that are in the universe and not direct adaptations. And I thought that was done really well with Fallout. Although I haven't seen season 2 yet, but I really like season 1. I've heard a lot of people that I know say that Fallout season 2 is great. And now they're doing the same thing with Tomb Raider. And I think Sophie Turner looks great as Lara. I don't understand why people don't like that or her. Same. And I love Phoebe Waller-Bridge. I think she's an excellent writer. So I'm excited to see how she develops a unified Lara again. Plus, Jason Isaacs is in it, and he's great too. So Sigourney Weaver, I'm pretty sure she's in it. So
good looking cast.
Yeah, crazy. And after Tomb Raider, like T-Max said, they're doing God of War. That was just cast with Ryan Reynolds as Kratos. Awesome. And then farther in the future, but Mass Effect is coming. And that could be
We'll see.
Right. Wolfenstein. And I know they're even like little whispers that they're trying to do a Life is Strange. So I really think I like what Amazon is doing because of course I like my direct adaptations like Last of Us. HBO season 1 is very faithful to the game. Season 2 less faithful, but I enjoy that type of adaptation. But I also like when it's like, look, how are we really going to adapt Fallout 1-to-1? You know, Mass Effect is a choice-based game, 1-to-1. The Tomb Raider stories, I'm sorry, Foregone, I don't really think they're that great. The stories are easily the worst part of the games for me. So it's like, what do we do? Like, okay, we'll keep the spirit of the game in the same universe, but do its own thing. It's what Star Wars did as well. And I know on top of that, it's not Amazon, but I know there supposed to be animated series based on Death Stranding and Ghost of Tsushima. But there were also supposed to be
the A24 movie, right? So the A24 movie.
Yeah, there were movies. I don't know if the movies turned into the shows or they're just separate. I think they're separate entities.
Oh, the Death Stranding movie is being done by the guy that did Pig and then A Quiet Place Day One. So they're doing that.
Yeah, but that's
the
like
anime is
separate,
just like an extra
right?
thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, that's what I thought. Yeah, that's basically it. There's obviously other things that are coming out, you know, farther in the future, like 2027 and stuff, and just games that who knows what's happening. Like, I know Foregone and I we're interested in like 3 of the same things, which is like Mass Effect 5, The Wolf Among Us 2, and the Star Wars Knights of the Republic remake. Who knows if any of those will happen? I'm cautiously optimistic. We'll see, but there's of course a list of a bunch of other games, and maybe we'll do a podcast episode on that much later in the year. But yeah, that's basically it. The next time you listen to us, we should have finished all of Uncharted. I think what we're going to do is we're going to split up Uncharted into the Amy Hennig trilogy, and then we'll do Uncharted 4 and Lost Legacy as its own thing.
Mhm.
So that should be fun. I'm very excited to deep dive into that. But otherwise, I think that's all we got for you.
Yeah.
So I guess.
Well, before we go, actually, I think in the last episode we said we would read comments that were left on the previous episode.
Ooh.
So I don't know if one of the Tylers wants to pull up the last episode. I think we got at least one comment on there. If you want to read that, maybe we can respond to it. That was our favorite games of all time list.
What was that? Was it left on Spotify or?
It was on the YouTube channel.
YouTube channel. Yep. I will grab that right now.
All right.
As long as my YouTube fucking loads, which sometimes it struggles to. All right. Ludonarrative. There it is. Anytime you want to load. Boom. All right. Click into the episode. Narrating this as we go. It's from Miguel Arts. We're all familiar with him in the comment section.
Recognize
our show's comment is, my favorite games would definitely have to be Shadow of the Colossus, Hollow Knight, and everything FromSoft has made, from Dark Souls to Elden Ring. Throw me to a depressed world where everything wants to kill me. Give me some vague lore and fun fights, and I'm happy. That sounds miserable. Shadows of the Colossus is a game that I remember being like this mythical thing. I used to see it every year at E3 and on G4, and it was like Shadow, and it just never happened. And then it came out one time, never heard anything about it.
Hmm.
And Hollow Knight, that's some indie animated slop that I've never played in my life. But
Oh
I
my
know,
I can-
I know
God.
Psycho has.
Mm.
So
That's
I'll let you take that one.
Yeah,
That's
I haven't
insane,
I haven't
Jordan.
played the first one. I started with Silk Song just because, it was really big, at the time because it just came out last year. It was very popular. So I've been working my way through Silk Song, and as far as I don't know for sure because I don't pay enough attention to the story in the game, but I'm pretty sure it's a prequel. So I'm probably going to try to play Hollow Knight after I finish Silk Song, but I really love Hollow Knight. I think I remember reading this comment at the time. I hadn't played Hollow Knight yet, but yeah, now I've been getting into Silk Song. And yeah, there is kind of a similarity, like when you like Hollow Knight, it's very obviously inspired by the FromSoft games that they were mentioning they're into as well. So there's definitely kind of similar vibe, like you said, just being thrown into a world where everything wants to kill you, and the world building and lore is very vague, kind of dark. Yeah, it's a fun vibe. I enjoy those kind of games too.
Yeah. I don't know if anybody else have anything to say.
Yeah, unfortunately, all those games that he mentioned, I have not played. But
I've heard
actually,
Shadow of the
I
Colossus
recently-
is really good. I haven't. I should try it.
yeah, I have
rec-
the remake. I really should play it.
I actually recently picked up the PS3 collection that has the original on there because
Oh,
I really
nice.
want
Oh,
to
yeah.
play I want to play the original before playing the remake. I would like.
I mean,
'cause
The
it's not-
Last Guardian is excellent. Same dev. Love The Last Guardian. So good.
I'd like to play Ico as well, and that's also the same
Yeah.
dev. And so many games are inspired by Ico. So, well, it's like a double pack that was on PS3. So I bought that recently. So
Nice.
Appreciate you, Miguel.
yeah,
Thanks for watching. Thanks for commenting. Comment again. Anybody watching, comment your most hyped games for this year. Maybe games that you're looking forward to in 27 or beyond. If you hear any whispers of games that that you're interested in, that sound good. Also, what video game adaptation are you interested in, movie wise, show wise? What do you hope they'd never adapt? So yeah, comment that as well, and we'll read them on the next one.
Or comment whatever you
Oh, yeah.
want. We'll read it, no matter what you write.
Yeah,
Unless it's
also
something
comment what-
severely offensive.
I don't know about anything.
If
Bro,
it's even if it's
listen.
bad, if it's funny, we might read it. So comment.
If you're
whatever.
mad that I called Hollow Knight indie animated slop, let me know. Let me know.
That does
Listen,
not represent the views of the whole show. Just one man.
I'm gonna
Sure.
dub myself the
One
comment
slopper.
reader forever. I like to be very brutally honest with these comments. I don't mean anything by it. I'm sure these are fantastic games. I just Shadow of the Colossus. I said it. It seems like a mythical game that G4 talked about all the time. It just,
Bro, I don't know what you're talking about because it had 2 releases. Because it had the original and the remake.
I feel like it took forever for the original to come out when I was a kid. I don't know. Did it not get
because
delayed?
time moves
Like,
slower when we were kids. That's why. Now it moves so fast because we're old fucks.
I thought it got delayed like 4 times. I thought it was like GTA 6, and it was just like Shadow of the
No.
Colossus, and then it just like never happened, and then it did.
Fargon is putting
I'm
false
wrong,
memories
Miguel
in his
Arts.
brain.
Comment and tell me how wrong I am about the dev cycles for that. I may just be dumb. That's
might
also
be.
true.
Yeah, that might be true.
Oh.
All right, Zoo, get us out of here.
Yep. That's all we got. We'll see you in about a month.
Goodbye.
Bye.